insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Check out great summer specials at Macy's Memorial Day Sale, like Swim Chill Love, $12.99 to $25.99. Swim Hill Live-In, 40% off, and 40% off casual sandals and more. Or get an extra 20% off more summer essentials with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days. Going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canyer with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
The general election is November 8th this year. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters must show ID. For a list of valid IDs, go online to arizona.vote. Have an early ballot? You can return it at any voting location or secure election drop box, and you don't have to wait in line. Learn more about voting locations at arizona.vote or call 1-877-THE-VOTE. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rollins Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room there, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale on National Greasy Foods Day. That's right. There's a day for our favorite foods, Randy.
Yeah, I had just before coming on air, I had some of my homemade pulled pork.
It's not greasy food. So.
Yeah, it's greasy. No, it's greasy.
No,
yeah.
that's how's that greasy?
Oh, we get the fat renders out, and it gets this kind of greasiness. Oh yeah. When it goes for as long as I smoked this past weekend,
that's juicy. I don't know that's greasy.
There's juice, but there's also that fat turns into greasiness, and you what you do is you get that a little bit of that, you put that in the micro, and you heat that up throw that on one of those Hawaiian King sandwich things. Yeah. Oh my God.
Good bread.
Life is good.
Well, I'll tell you what, at National Greasy Foods Day, before you say, hey, buddy, that ain't healthy, I say, whoa, Chachi, maybe you should listen to this.
Yeah.
Without fat, it's difficult for your body to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. And if you have a diet without fats, it leaves your body hungry even after you've just eaten. So listen, greasy foods can be good for you. In moderation. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to say that. I hate that. I have to say that.
What was that you just said there?
I said greasy foods are actually good for you in moderation.
Wait, what was that last part? What was that?
In moderation. I didn't want to say it too loud. I didn't want my wife to hear it.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
So for lunch, I had some of my leftover fried chicken. I had that for lunch.
That's greasy.
Yeah. It's actually fried chicken is not that greasy. It's not bad. So, of course, as you know, the originating place of fried chicken is Scotland, not Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah, Glasgow is back in the Middle Ages is where they first learned to fry some chickens. And as far as grease goes, There's all sorts of great food out there. Here's the thing, though. We went too far. We did go too far. We went from the Middle Ages. Look, we got some fried chicken, and that was good enough for a while.
Yeah.
We'd achieved what we needed to achieve. Fried chicken. 2010 at the Texas State Fair. Of course, it's Texas. They introduced deep fried Dr. Pepper.
What?
Gone too far.
Yeah, I don't know how you accomplished that, to be honest.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't want to know because it sounds horrific. So deep fried soda is where we went too far in 2010.
Yeah, no.
So, but now it's all right. You just don't have to drink it or eat it. That's cool. So we can just enjoy the chicken that I had today. You had your pulled pork. What did you have for National Greasy Food Day, Keon?
I had a chicken parm.
There's a little grease in there.
It was pretty greasy.
Yeah.
Well, it might be oily.
Is that homemade?
Chicken parm might be
It
oily.
was not homemade.
Where'd you get it?
Federal Pizza.
Never heard of it.
It's
then that's
downtown.
probably greasy.
It was cheesy and greasy, and there was a lot of butter on the spaghetti.
Nice.
There we go.
If I'm unsupervised, meaning single, if I'm unsupervised, I'll go buy the breaded chicken patties from whoever the hell's selling them. And then I get the buns, and then I get like a jar of spaghetti sauce, and then I get some of these sliced mozzarella. You know what to do. You just throw all that together and you make yourself a Parmesan sandwich at home.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I lived those things. I lived them. Anyway, so however you decide to enjoy National Greasy Food Day, go with God and your gastroenterologist.
I want to ask you guys something. I was at a Wendy's this morning getting Miss Kim.
More greasy food. Awesome.
I was at a Wendy's this morning. I was unaware this is National Greasy Day, but Miss Kim is feeling under the weather, and
National
I wanted
Greasy Foods
to get her a little breakfast sandwich. And
sure.
I saw this odd sign, and I want to know what you guys think of it. It says, "Attention. There will be no lettuce on our sandwiches for this foreseeable future."
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Now, I'm not the greatest health guy in the world, but I like a piece of lettuce on my hamburger.
See, I don't care if there's lettuce, but when you tell me I can't have any, now I want to know where the hell it went.
And I'm just wondering, why is Wendy's boycotting lettuce?
I don't know. Maybe it's just that location. Maybe the people who deliver the produce are like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to that neighborhood anymore. I don't know. That's weird. If anybody is listening, well, at first we're surprised. But if there's anybody listening that has seen the same sign at other locations, are they? Is there a lettuce shortage or something? I don't know.
Some sort of Wendy's boycott of lettuce?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really brokenhearted if I find out that they're not going to put some lettuce on my burger or whatever. I'm not going to care that much.
I mean, Keon, are you going to go get a Wendy's double with no lettuce on it?
Sure.
It seems odd, but I would do it. I do like to accidentally eat a vegetable every once in a while. So I can say
I
did.
see. Yeah, it's kind of in the area.
Yeah.
As you're swooping the food in your mouth, I get what you do. You swoop it. Occasionally, you grab a piece of lettuce or something, and I got you.
I mean, listen, whatever the case is with that Wendy's, hopefully it's not widespread. Not for me, but my wife likes them salads a go thing. Keon eats those too. And I just want her to be happy.
Yeah.
And as long as she's happy, nobody's forcing me to eat it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
The Berg says deep fried Dr. Pepper sounds amazing. Just like a Premier League victory. Yes, Berg, I know you won. I lost big time in my fantasy football to the Berg. More because my team just imploded. Not that Berg had an amazing win. I had a traumatic loss. I had the Buccaneers, basically. I had Tom Brady. I had the defense. I had the kicker. I had Fournette. Usually, these things do quite well.
That's a combination for a damn good team.
Yeah, not last week.
Yeah.
No, it sucked. And then Breece Hall, my little project I picked up early in the season, feeling pretty smart. I was amazingly smart till he got hurt. And so that kind of did a thing. But congratulations, Berg.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens this week. Well, we might as well do this now since it came up. Let's go ahead and talk about what happened. I've not even said the word. I haven't even said the word award, Randy.
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing. I apologize.
You just got to wait until I start to say who won.
Okay.
I mean, this is like the worst you have done so
Well,
far.
who won?
Well, let me get to that. So week 7 is in the books. And as far as it goes with our picks contest, Randy, you had a killer week. You had a killer week.
Yeah,
You had 10 right. Everyone else had 9 right. Everyone.
What?
Randy, had 10. I had 9. Keon had 9. Ralph had 9. Radio Ron had 9. Big Steve had 9. But oops, there was one person who had not 9. There's a person who had 11.
What?
That person is Izzy.
Wow.
Izzy had 11 right.
Wow.
In that weird ass week, he saw it coming. You know why? You know why he had 11? He's the only person who probably picked the Bears.
Had to be.
He's
Had to be.
I got to go back and look, but I'm guessing him and Bob Schwersky were the only people who picked the Bears.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's not bad, Izzy. Not bad. And as far as the Radio Peeps go, I am in the lead in week 7 for Radio Peeps. But I'm nowhere near the top 10. For just standard listings here. Let me tell you, the weekly winner, he got 12 right, and that person is Harley's Hammer. Harley's Hammer. He gets a jersey, a customized jersey, and that was a hell of a win right there. 12 right. I don't get it. I don't know how he did it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't choose the Bears either. Here's the I figure week 7's not too early to give the standings, is it? For the pick'em contest?
Oh, no. It's a good time to start giving the standings.
We're getting up to halfway.
There, if it ended today, the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest with 70 correct picks, Nose Picker. Now it's K knows, like he knows. Nose Picker as 70 correct, and he's never won it for the week, but he has been steady enough to where now he has 7. After that, Need for Speed 25, Dirty Rat, Mac, they both have 69, 68. Max Gruber, Hefty Lefty's doing pretty good there with 66. Last Optimist has 65. H Chester 22 has 65. Then rolling with my homies, the Pinisher and Jagdog all have 64.
Wow.
So this is the first time I am nowhere even near sniffing the top spot. So I am happy.
What do I have, like 14?
I didn't see your absolute total,
yeah.
but you've been doing great, Randy.
I probably have 14.
You've been on a roll. So anyway, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's who. Oh wait, fantasy football. All right. So highest score in any of the Daily Blender fantasy football leagues goes to Screaming Eagle.
Wow.
In
How
League
about that?
1. 187.65 points. He is brand new to fantasy football as of last year. And I tell you what, he picked it up quick. He's been doing really good. Proud of you, Screaming Eagle. Well done. Then the lowest score. Now I had to sort of sift through, and I gotta just say, I'm so disappointed in anybody when they start to lose in a fantasy football season, just stops playing. You can tell they stop playing because they've got injured reserve guys in their lineup, or there's bye week people in their lineup. I get it. Sometimes life happens, and you don't have time to mess with the silly fantasy football. I'm not going to judge on that. I'm talking about people who week in, week out, it's just, it's no fun for everybody else. And there's a team that doesn't try, because there's players on that team other people might like to have, but don't dump your roster, because that's also not fair. It's just kind of sucks when I see, and I've identified about 3 or 4 people who have taken their toys and gone home in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. So they're so late into the season now, I can't put somebody else in charge of those teams, because then that's not fair to the people who got the easy win, and then everybody else has to fight against somebody later. You see what I'm saying? So it's better just left unmessed with. So I'm very disappointed in that. But this week's lowest score of people who are actually trying, damn it. Big Earns Baby Swimmers in League 7, 62.05 points. So there you go. That's the week that was. And by the way, this is, I don't know who came up with this. You see how this paper is purple? This is our, oh crap, we've run out of paper. There's like a chunk of this at the bottom of the printer, and it's all, you start printing purple, you're like, oh, damn it, we're out of paper. I Actually, this is pretty good on TV.
Yeah, purple is nice.
Yeah, this actually.
I believe that's lilac, not purple.
Well, whatever the color on TV, you see them using blue paper a lot of time. That's because if it's white, it messes up the cameras. So
Yeah.
this is almost television. But anyway, so there you go. Those are the weekly awards. And we are going to talk about last night's game, not right away. We have 1,000,001 other things we're going to talk about before we talk about last night's, I'm not going to say upset, but surprising win in the Monday Night Football. Pinocchio says, "Arg." Was that like "arg" as in a pirate? Like, "Arg, my Patriots looked horrible." Or was it, my Patriots looked horrible last night. I feel like a Jets fan.
Wow.
Wait, Jets fans are happy right now. Oh, never mind. I think that's really what he had. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Sorry, Pinocchio. Hang in there. Stockton Slap says, "Hey guys, random fact to start this Tuesday show. Did you know in Britain there's a specific day of the week dedicated to deciding things? It's called Tuesday." Oh, Tuesday? Really? Tuesday. I'm not, and because he said I'll gladly take a penalty for that one. I think that's an hour. That's an hour. I'm not going to read any text from Stockton Slap until 4 o'clock.
There you go, Stockton. Just a little something for you to have in the penalty box there.
You're just this close. You're just this close to being ejected for the day from the game. But I'm going to give you a period penalty because you knew that was wrong. I can see. All right. Bob Shrisky says, "Hey, unfortunately, I did not pick the Bears. Even I did not see that one coming." Wow. Wow. All right, then. That's surprising for you, Shrisky.
It's very surprising.
Cheese Skulls says, "Afternoon, guys. I'm a happy camper since I pulled up 170 points and got out of the cellar and moved up to spot 9, beating the third place Maniacs with Joe Burrow. Give me 60 points. Anybody who had Joe Burrow is like, yay. Anybody who had Tom Brady's like, aw. That's me. Aw.
I didn't have Joe Burrow, but it didn't hurt to have Jamar Chase. So,
God, every week you brag about having Jamar Chase. Every week.
It feels nice. It was a very good draft pick. I couldn't believe he was available when I took it.
I'm going to brag about having Cooper Kupp starting again this week. I didn't have him last week. Another problem I had. Big George says, I'm actually trying to win, and I only got 79.9 points this week. I got burned by Breece Hall getting injured. Well, he did give you some points before he left. I appreciated that. Kenyon Drake did nothing. Tom Brady sucked. Mark Andrews doing nothing. James Conner is injured. The hell? Just one of those weeks, man.
Yeah, DK Metcalf was another one. Got hurt early, 2 points.
Yep. It's just one of those things. That's part of the game, my friend. Watermelon says, "Jeffrey, this is exactly why I didn't sign up for fantasy football. I think it'd be fun, but I would have got I have the attention span of squirrel." Okay, that's fine, Watermelon. Reaper says, "Hey guys, hope all is well. It is a strange time in football. It is a strange time in football.
Weird season.
Can totally agree with that.
I thought last season was kind of weird. No. This season is really weird.
Yeah.
I think that some of this stuff is going to come back to reality, but there's a lot of stuff you're just like, no, this might be the new normal.
I mean, and there's so much 3-4, 4-3 going on in the league. It's most of the league.
Oh man, Jagdog, why would you ask me that? Jagdog wants to know if there's any undefeated teams left in the fantasy leagues. I can find that out here in a minute, but I forgot to look at that. I'll have that answer soon. I'm imagining you're asking that because you're one that is undefeated. I'll have to look. Let's see. Josh Jacobs. That is all. I guess that's Dumbledore right there. Or am I supposed to call you Dumbledore? Because I see in your last test that says start calling me Dumbledore. I don't know who this is. Oh, it's FAB. It's FAB. And let's see. Hey guys, I still have a perfect record going. May not have a win yet, but my players are all injured, and I'll fire my GM and coach pretty soon. I'm totally defeated. Don't know who that is, but I'm sure their name is going to pop up soon too. Yeah. All right. So you know what I want to do? We are going to talk about last night's game. We are going to talk about a whole lot of NFL. But before we get to that, I just thought maybe we could talk about some other things. I'll give you a preview.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking for a quarterback. Not for fantasy football, but for my Indianapolis Colts. You, Randy, have at least 3/4 of the quarterback. Keon, you have the amazing Heineke. You have a quarterback. I've got just nothing. I got nothing. I got zero, and that's fine because we're tanking, and I'm all right with that. So I'm looking for a quarterback in the future, and the two things go along with each other. Me looking for a quarterback in the future and the possibly too early Heisman conversation. Is it too early?
No, that's about the time it starts.
Then the right on time Heisman conversation goes hand in hand with my needs. And that is a quarterback. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Heismans. We got a little bit of NBA to talk about, and then we'll jump face first into a giant greasy mountain of NFL fun. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA tonight, the Suns hosting the Warriors. Both teams come in at 2-1. Phoenix a 2.5-point home favorite, 225 the total. The World Series underway Friday in Houston. Game 1 between the Phillies and Astros. Odds for Game 1 currently have Houston at -170 on the money line. Philadelphia +143, 6.5 the over-under. No official announcement about starting pitchers as of Monday. NFL Week number 8. The Cardinals going on the road to face the Vikings this Sunday. Arizona a 3.5-point road underdog. The over-under at 49. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation, 800-490-8291. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-490-8291. That's 800-490-8291. Again, 800-490-8291.
Now's the time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code RANDY1580. FanDuel has all your favorite bets, from the money line to point spreads, player props. You can combine your bets to get a bigger payout with the same game parlay. Live betting, always a plus. You get updated on games that have already started. And when you win, you get your winnings paid fast, all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Sign up today with promo code RANDY1580 for your no-sweat first bet. Again, that's promo code RANDY1580. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Fire up the band. It's time to play ball. We're serving up the best matchups on the college gridiron.
Touchdown! What a catch!
The power conferences, the biggest games, your favorite teams.
Under pressure, and he goes down!
Get all the action live on your home for football in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we're going to talk about the current Heisman rankings, I guess. I really don't care who gets the Heisman. I just want to find my new quarterback. But before we do that, it's very important to let you know, if you know a soccer fan who is walking from Spain to Qatar,
what?
Well, he's missing. Like, this is like the top of the bad idea list right here. This dude from Spain, he's like, I live here in Madrid, and I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll just I'll walk to Doha, Qatar, because that's where the 2022 World Cup is, and his family's like, oh, we don't get it, but he left, and then right about the time he got to Iran, got real quiet. So Santiago Sanchez, yeah, he's known as an experienced trekker.
Oh boy,
former paratrooper, big time soccer fan.
Yes.
The last time they saw him, he was in Iraq.
You don't say.
The garden spot, and he'd already gone through 15 countries, and he was putting on the Instagram as he went, and then it got real damn quiet once he hit Iran.
Can't imagine why, though.
Nobody cares about your little trek to the soccer game, pal. What? Didn't anybody try to talk him out of this?
I'm sure they did, but if you're the kind of person that likes to make experiences that way, no one's talking you out of that. Paratrooper, you're jumping out of planes.
Hey,
pretty headstrong. I don't know.
Hey, Santiago, let me remind you, you're walking through Iraq and Iran. Do you have some sort of incurable disease? Because this doesn't. Are you stupid? Maybe that's "Are you stupid" would have been the best question. Hey, listen, I'm sorry for this guy and his family. It's going to be a tragedy. They're like, we're very worrying. We can't find him. We can't hear from him. Nobody knows what's happening. And he stopped posting on his Instagram. Hopefully, it just means he hasn't found internet in 2 countries. You know,
well, that's the worst scenario. I sure hope that the other. I sure hope the "or" didn't happen.
So when they told me this soccer thing was happening in Qatar, first thing I thought was, on what grass?
Oh, it's artificial.
You know?
It has to.
That's what I'm saying.
Or grown somewhere else and brought in.
And second, who feels safe going there? I mean, just going there. Like, I'll have a flight to Qatar. Like, no, I won't. I literally won't. And this guy's like, I'll walk.
Well, people feel safe in Qatar because it's basically just a country that rich people go and play in. It's not quite like, all the other countries around it where there's normal people, sure, different governments and regimes and all that.
But who are these rich people and what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
on, man. You know what I'm saying.
But I'm saying you're not unsafe in Qatar. Now, if you're going to Qatar on foot, well, you might not be safe passing through, because not all those governments are going to appreciate a guy from Spain just wandering through the country.
He got a false sense of security because he actually did cut across Iran back in 2019. He was on bike. You can outrun some people on bike in Iran, but he was on a bicycle there, and he went from Madrid to Saudi Arabia and stuff. So listen, I don't know. I hope he's okay.
So he beat the odds once and then thought, let me try it again.
Yeah, this is you only need to run with the Bulls once to prove anything to anyone. And I don't even know what the hell that is, to be honest. I don't know what you're proving to anybody. But
when you run with the Bulls,
you're like, I'm gonna run with the Bulls. It's like a manly thing to do. And then once you've done it, you're like, all right, I survived that. I don't have to do that again. You know what I mean? Why? I've already done it. Hey, we're going to run with the Bulls. I'll be right behind you.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the scar.
Yeah. Man, I had 2 holes where there should only be 1, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, hopefully this guy, he just, he's walking along. All he's got is a phone. You know what I mean? And he's doing his little, we're never going to find him, are we? He's, Santiago is, yeah.
I sure hope we do, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Tell the family time to have a little ceremony or something.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, but if you see him, if you see Santiago Sanchez, he might have taken a left turn. He might end up in Norway. He's like, how the hell did I thought there were a lot of trees. I don't know how I got here. But yeah, so that's sad. And what's even sadder, it's soccer. This dude just walked into the
It's not just soccer, though, Jeff.
terrorism. of
This is the Super Bowl of soccer.
still soccer. It's just
I
soccer.
understand your feelings.
Yeah,
but-
you can't wrap your mind around it when you grow up in a country where that's your game, that's the
Yeah.
national sport that you're
yeah.
Hey, guess what? I'm not walking through dangerous areas. This is like, hey, guess what? We're having the Super Bowl in Oakland. I'm like, you let me know how that goes.
I'll watch on
I
TV.
won't be walking through Compton to get to the damn game. You
Let me
know,
watch it on TV.
just yeah. And, hey, San Diego, it was televised. Just so you know.
Well, he wanted one of those damn horns that they're always blowing.
Vuvuzelas,
No, like I said,
Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela. Yeah.
Vulvas.
Yeah,
What are they
yeah.
called?
The vulvas.
You know, the thing I mentioned earlier about Qatar being a place for rich people to hang out, they do have an airport. You can fly there.
Well, they not only that, Qatar, that is a staging base for all the U.S. forces that are over there. So
The planes actually land in the nation of Qatar. You don't have to walk.
I don't think there's going to be any terrorist attack in Qatar anytime soon.
Listen, there's two things they have in Qatar. Well, one, grass for soccer fields. Two, airports. That's all they have. There's nothing else. I don't think you're going to stay in an airport.
There's
You're
nothing else.
No,
in
you're
Qatar.
gonna sleep in your seats. You know,
They-
at the game. I think.
I
don't know.
I have pictures from my son who went through Qatar
Yeah.
a couple of
Well, then
times.
he knows.
And he will tell you that it is a very populous state. It was a very populous country. It's got wonderful
All right,
buildings
so they
there.
have a Kentucky Fried Chicken, but that's
No,
it. That's
well,
all they've got.
I know they have a McDonald's
No,
there.
no, it's a fancy. I'm telling you, nobody that's in the other countries in the Middle East can afford to live in Qatar.
You want to hear my
It's-
imitation of
it's-
Qatar?
It's not nowhere.
You want to hear
It's-
my imitation of Qatar? Ready? Turn up my mic.
Oh my God.
I think you should.
You're not describing Qatar, man.
No, man. I think you need to because
I
it's
saw
right,
Mission Impossible. I know what
it's-
happens there.
It's right on the coast, Jeffrey. You need to look up some of the images of Qatar.
Okay, fine. They have some buildings, but mostly they have dust storms.
They don't have just buildings.
They have buildings.
We
and
have
storms.
dust storms. What is that proving?
Well, I mean, nonstop. There's like every day. It's like everybody get in. Here comes the dust storm.
I mean, we were all here in June.
Every day, year
I mean,
round. That's
it's
all they
right-
have in
it's-
Qatar.
and it's right on the coast, man. It's right on the coast. It's right on the
Yeah.
what do you call it? The Mediterranean Sea there. Yeah, that's what it is, right?
I think so, but
I mean, this is amazing. I'm looking at these pictures of Qatar
And now
right
here's
now.
my imitation of the soccer players trying to play in Qatar.
They have a mall in one of these buildings. I'm sure there's more. That's 100 stories up in the sky. 100
Yeah.
stories. A mall,
But
100 stories high.
But here's it: every store is water and ice. That's all you need there. So, fifth letter says, "Guys, I think I found Santiago. I spotted him right here off of Grand and Bethany Home. I'm going to turn around and pick him up right now.
I don't think so.
Good luck, fifth letter.
Dude,
Good luck with
Yeah,
that."
don't do that. Don't do that.
Thunder Snow says, "Why do you keep talking about a guy going to a guitar? Yeah, he's,
Nope.
he's going to go play guitar.
Qatar.
Play guitar."
No.
Boomer Sooner says, "Crap, did you see Brittany Griner being told no sentence reduction? So now she's off to prison labor camp. Is she really? Oh my God."
well, I hadn't heard that. I'm not gonna. She
Well,
they
her
did say no, but I didn't hear anything about prison labor.
You
So
know, they're not going to move her because they're still waiting to deal her in some sort of political thing. And so hopefully, hey, listen, once I realized her checkered past, I felt less sorry for her because, whether you're a man or a woman, domestic violence makes you a dirtbag in my book. But she's an American citizen, and her and some other people, we got to do what we can to get them out of there. So whatever it is they're going to do. And I saw the White House put out a little statement saying they've been in contact with the family and that they've been still working very hard to try to get her out of there. But for now, she has lost her appeal to it's a 9-year sentence in the Russian Huskal. So we'll see. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. I'm less interested now that I know of her checkered domestic violence past. I'll be honest. And I know if that is probably not even right of me.
Yeah, because I to me, I don't know what the situation was or how much, contrition, how much repair to the relationship to that person she was able to do. That kind of stuff does matter to me. There's a difference. There's a reason why I don't care for Jason Kidd, but I don't have a problem with Chauncey Billups, because Chauncey Billups actually tried to own what he did and say, look, these are the steps I've taken to try and be better. I can forgive
Be
that.
like Mike Tirico. When you sexually harass, you own it. Wait, did he own it? No, I don't think he did. I think they just brushed it under the rug.
Mike Tirico?
Oh, yeah, you don't know about that?
I didn't hear about that.
Oh,
no. Damn, I'm Googling
no, don't ruin Mike Tirico. Damn it.
That's all right. Some inappropriate stuff that it did not transcend, I think, illegality, or maybe it did. But go ahead, look up Mike Tirico. I don't know.
And if
inappropriate,
if he never addressed it, I got a problem with that. I think if you do something like that, you have to address it.
I think it was addressed. I just don't know if it was addressed by him.
Well, he's got to be the one to do it.
Yeah,
he's got to be the one to do it. If it's your mistake, you have to go out there and make amends for it. And if you don't, I want nothing to do with you. And I don't know whether or not she did or not, because I haven't.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not. I'm not. I just, once I found out and I heard the story about what went down with her, and that soured me a bit. But it's not a political thing. There's a lot of people who've made this into a political thing or a black and white thing, like a race thing. And so, like, people are like, that's what she gets. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, and she's been an activist, so a lot of people have been saying she hates America, though I dare anybody to find where she actually said that. She is black and gay, so she has some complaints.
Wait, she's gay
about the country.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm gay for this country too. Wait,
so
what are we talking about?
She has some complaints about this country. As a black person, so do I. That doesn't mean I hate it.
Was gay for the country.
No, she's just gay.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gay for this country. If it, I think Randy.
I don't know how that would work. But,
Randy's gay for this country. I think a lot of his patriots are gay for this country. Probably not the way they want us to shout that out at a parade or something. Well, some parades. Anyway, what were we saying? All right, so
I'm just saying she's had some activism to try and change things, but there are people who look at that activism as some kind of hatred of America, and they're happy that she's stuck there. And I just think that's messed up.
People who want things to stay the way they are will automatically label you as somebody who hates America. Hey, I want there. Here's the thing. Here's my basic message. I want there to be less racism in America. Oh, you hate America. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. When I want there to be less racism, and people are like, well, leave. Well, no. Like, if my house has a problem, I just fix it. I don't leave the house every time there's a problem.
Of course, you're a patriot. If you're like, I want less Mexicans in my country, then all of a sudden you're a patriot. So,
I don't know where you heard that.
Saying. I'm just saying that's the hypocrisy
political
of certain
season,
people. Yeah,
I can't wait for it to go away.
God, Lord.
Yeah,
I wish it'd last forever. I'm just saying.
Wow, you glutton for punishment.
Well, never mind. Thunder Snow says Randy is totally gay for the USA. Right, what? Randy? You're totally gay for the USA, right?
I don't know how to answer that.
I don't even know what that would mean.
I don't know.
Like, if he says he's not gay for the United States, well, he's anti-American. If he says he is gay for the United States, ooh, Randy's gay.
Don't know how to answer that, but I do have a flag T-shirt on today. Yeah. So
I love how everybody's anuses pucker up just a little bit. We're like, am I homophobic? If what is going on here? Too many things. King Kitten says Brittany is going to have some winter vacation time in Siberia. I hope not. That ain't no joke. Touchdown my pants says, can I kneel for Brittany Griner, or is that a no?
I mean, you can, but what would it produce?
Where are you gonna do this at work? Well, I mean,
what are you attempting to accomplish?
It's like, dude, are you tying your shoe?
Besides just being a jackass, like what are you trying to do?
Big George says, is Dusty Rhodes totally gay for the United States?
Dusty Rhodes is American, a USA patriot. All right, Dusty Rhodes is all about America. All right. Now, I don't know about this whole thing these guys got going on here. I don't know about this. I don't understand what's happening. But listen, Dusty Rhodes is America, big AA, all American.
It's all right, Dusty. Different time, different era. But I just got to say, I kind of love this to declare people gay for the United States. That messes with so many sensibilities. I just hope I don't piss off the gay people. They're like, well, that's not funny. Boomer Sooner says, so the neighboring countries to Qatar, is that the country of drum or is that Harptown?
No, it's Qatar, not G.
It's a nice attempt at the humor there, Boomer. But,
and they only have one neighbor, and it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, the ones who pretend to be our friends. The Lock says, I'm not reading that. Lock, trade Biden for Griner. Okay, I read it, but that's just dumb. Watermelon says, Jeffrey, this is exactly what. Oh, I read that already. He says, I just learned about the Heisman in my 5th grade biology class. What the hell are you talking about, Watermelon? Navy Brad says, it's me, Navy Brad. Hello, Navy Brad. FAB says, tennis.
What about it?
There's one thing about tennis that I'm going to mention a little bit later. One thing. So, Heavy Metal Maniac says, well, on the fan pick'em, I had a terrible week. Only got 3 right. I improved this week. I got 2nd place in the fan picking. Best I've ever done. I didn't win the jersey, but I'm going to keep on trying. That's the nice thing about the Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em contest. You could have never picked before in your life. You start this week, actually win the week, and you'll win yourself an NFL jersey of your choice, home or away. Your own name on it, a star's name on it, whatever number, whatever custom jersey you want or existing player jersey. You can have that if you win the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em weekly contest. So keep on trying there, my friend. Keep on trying. And Jiggy says, it's me, Jiggy. Thank you. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's have that Heisman conversation. I want to know who my next quarterback is supposed to be. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens FindRx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we teach the tools, rules, and strategies that professionals use to outperform in the markets. Having those skills has never been more important than it is in our current economy. These are times that history teaches us that the masses are impoverished while the few making the right moves are gaining generational type wealth. At Online Trading Academy, we teach people just like you how to make the same moves at the same time as Wall Street elites. And right now, we have an end of summer special. Join us for an intensive 3-day market timing course covering the best of the trading and investing strategies of our time. Text us now and register for the course at 66% off the normal $299 price. Text $99 to 25029 and get this class for just $99. Again, that's $99 to 25029.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. The Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Ooh, Halloween. The season for goblins, witches, and scary good fun. But Walgreens knows it's also the doorbell never stops season, and we can't run out of candy season. So let Walgreens fill your Halloween bowl fast with pickup in as little as 30 minutes and delivery in as little as 1 hour. Because if it's needed in a poof season, it's Walgreens season.
This week, buy one, get one free. Snack and fun-sized candy bags of equal or lesser price. Offer valid through 10/29 while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right. There are some names. These names are being mentioned as leading contenders in the Heisman race for the Heisman Trophy. The next annoying human being to be in the Heisman commercials for Nissan. What was it? Dumb, damn commercials. Oh, God, they've gotten worse. Anyway, so, all right, if you had to, from the hip, Keon, just say, this dude is going to win the Heisman, who do you got?
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker, not even a hesitation on him. Hendon Hooker, the quarterback from, where is he from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. I had it right here in front of me. My eyes couldn't see it. And so, all right, why Hendon Hooker?
It's the games that he's having. He's putting up a ton of yards. He's throwing a lot of touchdowns. I think he just threw his first interception of the season last game or 2 games ago against Alabama. He doesn't turn the ball over. He makes big chunk plays throwing the football. He's a dangerous runner with the football. And he's an incredibly mature guy, locker room guy, great team leader. And I think that when it comes to the Heisman, it's not just enough to have the numbers. You got to have a great performance in a big game. And that game against Alabama, every time Alabama threw another punch back at Tennessee, Hendon Hooker and the Vols had an answer. And he made some amazing throws and amazing plays in that game and throughout the season. And I think he's made more big plays than everybody else on the list, on that short list of guys. So, yeah, I'm going Hendon Hooker. I think that he's going to win it.
Now, the idea is if he can take care of business against Kentucky, there's nothing in his way. There's nothing in his way after that. Georgia.
There's Georgia. But if he plays well against Georgia, even if they don't win, which at this point is not a guarantee. That right. Tennessee team plays with tempo and pace, and they put defenses, even really good defenses like Alabama and Georgia's, on their heels. So Georgia's going to be a tough test. But if he does well against Georgia, if he has a big play or two against Georgia, and if they win that game, yeah, it's his.
All right, so Hendon Hooker. So the Colts, we're not, shy about getting a hooker. We've done it in the past, and hell, if we have a chance, we'll do it again. Touchdown My Pants says he thinks CJ Stroud is the next Ohio State player, who, by the way, had the best QBR for 2 years, to win the Heisman and then go on to have a horrible NFL career. Did you know that this is going to happen to Baker Mayfield? Did you know this was going to happen to old Johnny Manziel? You know what I'm saying? Did you know that Johnny Manziel, he was from Ohio State, right?
Johnny was Texas A&M.
Well, who's the other guy from Ohio State?
I mean, you had
there's a Baker Mayfield.
You got well, no, Baker's Oklahoma.
Crap, I can't keep track where these idiots are
I
from.
know Justin Fields is Ohio State.
Oh, well, he's doing pretty good actually.
Yeah, I mean, it took a little bit. People were already doubting him, ready to give up on him after a season.
Troy Smith is one.
He is one. Yeah. I think what is that guy's name, man?
This just proves his point.
Yeah, no, I know there's a bunch of quarterbacks. Ohio State does have that history, but I don't think you draft Jersey. I don't think you avoid based on Jersey. To me, it's just coincidence because there's a lot of schools that have guys that pan out at a higher level than most. So there's going to be somebody that has guys that wash out at a higher level. I don't think that's indicative of the school itself.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I can cash out my $5 on Hooker for 83 right now. It pays 305 if he wins. What do I do? I'd cash that out, man. I would cash that out just because who knows what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen, but it just seems like your bet's actually rolling in a positive direction.
Yeah, you should ask somebody who really knows something about gambling. Not me, but I would cash it out. Big Risk says JT Barrett. JT Barrett.
Yeah, that was another one, but I don't think that anybody, and Dwayne Haskins was probably another one too. I don't think anybody thought that JT Barrett was going to light the world on fire, though.
So does CJ Stroud have the scent of another quarterback who wins a Heisman and then doesn't do well in the NFL? Do you have any indication? Because we've already had people saying he's overrated. What are your thoughts on CJ Stroud?
In what way is he overrated? That I don't understand. CJ Stroud has the Ryan Day offense backing him, so those numbers are going to be pushed up. But the guy's thrown, I think, 5 times this season, 3 or 4 touchdowns in a game. He
leads the nation with 28 touchdown passes right now.
Yeah, he's deadly accurate. He's mobile. I would bet on CJ Stroud having a good NFL career.
Even if he doesn't win the Heisman.
Even if he doesn't win the Heisman, yeah. I mean, the Heisman's just an indicator. It's not, you win the Heisman, you're great. You don't win the Heisman, you're a scrub. But it does add to that resume that you were dominant in college, and there is a chance that you have some elite traits that'll help you be dominant in the NFL.
All right, you brought up Bryce Young from Alabama, Roll Damn Tide, the other day, and said, well, he's somebody you should keep an eye on. Why is that?
Always makes the right decision. When you talk about a guy being quarterback ready for the NFL, knows how to read a defense, knows how to manipulate defenses with his eyes, Bryce Young looks like an NFL pro already when you just look at how he approaches the game. That to me is what I'm most impressed about.
Do you think they give it to him 2 years in a row, though?
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't think they
especially with the season he's having, and it's not necessarily his fault because he did get dinged up for a while. The throwing shoulder was messed up. But he kind of fell behind CJ and Hendon.
Has anybody won it 2 years in a row? Who's won a Heisman multiple years in a row? I've never heard of anybody. I'm just saying. So Bryce Young, is he NFL ready? Is the question, Keon. Is Bryce Young NFL ready? I'm thinking about for my Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I think he is. The only concern I have with Bryce Young, and it just depends on how you feel about it. To me, I don't think too much about it just because the NFL has changed to protect these guys. He's a bit on the small side.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my only real gripe about Bryce is, you see some of these smaller quarterbacks get knocked around in the NFL, and could injuries be an issue? He was dealing with the shoulder this year. That would be something that I would have to feel really comfortable about before I took him if the other two guys were there.
Well, the big question is he gay for America? You know what? Let him answer that in the Wonderlic test. I'll just move on. Got some people. Touchdown my pants, says Archie Griffin. Let's see here.
74 and 75
says Cardale Jones.
Cardale Jones as the Ohio State quarterback that washed out. That was who I was trying to think of. Cardale Jones actually only really played 4 games. He just stepped in and got them to a national championship and everything, and they won. And everybody's like, that dude's arm is enormous. He could throw anything. And then he got to the NFL and vanished.
Hamilton Porter and Jake the Snake says, yeah, Archie Griffin won it twice. Thank you, everybody. We've got that now. Mr. Pink Eye says, what if Stroud goes to quarterback career killers organizations like, the Commandos or the Lions? Well, then there you have your answer, man. I don't know what you want from me.
But even then, I think the Commanders have a longer streak of killing good quarterbacks, but the Lions didn't do anything with Matthew Stafford, but they didn't kill him.
Who was asking about his ticket, the hooker ticket? Whoever was asking against the spread has the answer. Cash the hooker ticket. You already won. He could get hurt tomorrow and you lose instead. Take the $83. All right. So I'm sorry. I've already forgot who sent that, but yeah, cash that. That's what I said. So I feel very smart now because against the spread is infinitely smarter when it comes to gambling. Fifth letterer says, no way CJ Stroud is from Southern California, Rancho Cucamonga to be exact. That boy's a baller, and he will be starting quarterback on Sundays. You remember this text.
I mean, it's not exactly a bold claim to make right now, given the career he's had at Ohio State.
It's not likely I'm going to remember this text, but I'm sure you'll remind me. Touchdown the pants says Dwayne Haskins dodged the Heisman, but not the garbage truck.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
Jesus.
Is
my God,
Lord, man.
I should have damn.
That is a young guy. That is a tragedy. Good Lord,
Should have
man.
pre-read that one.
Ooh.
Give Give him a penalty.
That is the darkest possible way that you could have taken that.
It's really bad, but can I tell you it was funny as hell? I'm sorry. It's horrible. Big Risk says, would Cardinal fans trade Kyler Murray for Justin Fields right now? Randy? Yes. Yeah, I think so. I would trade Kyler Murray
And I know
Justin Fields for the Colts.
And I know that I know Keon's head is about to open up and his brains are about to come out because he's like, why would you do that? Yes, with the kind of criticism and critical air that there is around this team by the fan base and perhaps by other players. I mean, we saw the reports this past offseason about Kyler Murray not being much of a leader, and we've seen the last two games how Kyler has openly disrespected other teammates and his head coach on the field of play in front of cameras. Makes me think the guy is not a good leader. And I think Justin Fields is a good leader. I think he's somebody the team would rally around. So yes, I would. After thinking for about a second and a half, yes, I would make that move.
I'm not going to explode. I wouldn't, but I don't think that it's insane to say there are some characteristics about Justin Fields that you would prefer to have. He is a great leader. I always thought that about him. He's fantastic. Well, to me, when I look at like what players can bring to a team, especially from the quarterback position, I look for those guys to be leaders. And despite the fact that I do like Kyler Murray and I wouldn't trade Kyler Murray for Justin Fields, I don't happen to think Kyler Murray is particularly a great leader.
I think Kyler Murray, like Dak Prescott, are extremely overpaid. Extremely overpaid.
Though probably for opposite reasons. I think Kyler's more physically talented than Dak, but Dak is.
I would agree with that.
Dak's a better leader.
Big George says, question for Randy White. Coyotes and Columbus Blue Jackets about to drop the puck. Do you think the Coyotes can pick up their second win of the season?
You're in Columbus. Probably not. No.
There you go, George. Let's see.
Sorry, George.
Mattman says, Heisman doesn't indicate anything about NFL capabilities. Look at short round on the Cardinals there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't indicate it, but it indicates that you're the best college player in America. That's what it represents.
I'm not looking for a Heisman winner here. I just want to know who the quality quarter. Did you not hear me say the NFL ready? Because that's all I care about. I don't care if they win the Heisman. I want to know who the top 5, 6 guys are. And Keon says there's 3, maybe 4 if you're going to count Caleb Williams.
Well, Caleb Williams isn't eligible for the draft in 2023.
God damn it.
But Will Levis is at Kentucky, and nobody's talking about him because it's Kentucky, but they win 10 damn games a year. Their coach is a quarterback whisperer, and Levis is your prototypical strong arm, stand in the pocket and throw strikes. That's that guy. And so he's not coming up and he's not putting up the same kinds of video game numbers that win you a Heisman, but that guy can play in the NFL.
All right. Noted. Hamilton Porter says, I wouldn't call Joey Harrington or Dan Orlovsky good quarterbacks. The Lions drafted them and ruined them. Remember Sam Bradford? Yeah, that guy won a Heisman. Again, guys, it's not an indicator of NFL success. It's just an indicator of can that guy play in the league. Kyler won a Heisman, and by the way, he's going to year 6 now. He's not a failure of a guy playing quarterback. You just want more out of him. Yeah, is it 6 in like little guy years? Because I think it was 4. I think he's been. I don't know. Could you check that? I don't think it's
that was too fast, Jeffrey. That was too fast.
No, I think that was this is 5.
That's actually 3 in little guy years. No, it'd be like a dozen in little guy years, wouldn't it? Because it goes faster if you're shorter, right?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I would have to grab him, put a rope around his stomach and spin him and see what perception is to reality using Einstein's principles of relativity, but I'm happy to do it. I am being told that 99.3 FM is down. Hooray! Well, there's always 1580 the Fanatic, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we have to take moments. I don't think I've learned anything other than I've got a short list of guys who might win a Heisman. I just don't know who we're going to get.
What about Will Levis from Kentucky?
Well, I won't take a guy who has a Southern accent. I refuse.
Well, he just plays there. I don't think.
Not after the farm thing. Oh, boy. All right, guys. 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation, 800-490-8291. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-490-8291. That's 800-490-8291. Again, 800-490-8291.
Do you know how much you're really paying for life insurance through work? I can almost guarantee you're overpaying for limited coverage. I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent for over 20 years. My clients are shocked to learn how expensive life insurance at work really is because of a rate that's driven up by unhealthy people. Why pay more when you don't have to? For over 35 years, Select Quote has helped people save 50% or more by shopping highly rated insurance carriers. I found a 40-year-old man with high blood pressure, a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Don't procrastinate. Workplace open enrollment will be here soon. Let Select Quote save you money and get you the coverage you need to protect your family.
For your free quote in just minutes, call 1-800-672-7070. That's 1-800-672-7070. 1-800-672-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Full details on example policy and carrier ratings at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Price could vary by health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Kelly here with AC by J. It's hot and everyone expects me to talk about AC, but you know about our award-winning AC service. Did you know we do plumbing too? Whether you have a slow draining sink, stopped up toilet, a leaky faucet, or want soft water, you can trust the professionals at AC by J. We have plumbing down. Looking for upgrades, tankless water heater, or whole home systems, drains, mainline, or slab leaks? We have you covered. Call AC by J at 602-609-7664 or go to acbyj.com. Service you can trust from our family to yours.
Did you know the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is absolutely the most expensive way to finance a home, regardless of interest rate? With a Life Changer loan, you're in control. By paying principal first and having access to all your equity, you can pay down, pay off, and borrow back as you see fit. Come see why our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp. is an equal housing lender.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Maybe got Dak is mad at you, Randy.
Why? Because I said the truth about Dak Prescott?
She says, Randy, why? Why are you dragging my quarterback into your conversation about Kyler Murray? You know who threw the most touchdowns in the NFL in 2021? Yeah, it's Dak. That's who. Yeah. I don't know.
Overpaid.
That's true. It's a very true statement. Baker Cocky Hen says, I don't think these guys will win the Heisman, but they were mentioned as Buckeye quarterbacks. Cardell Jones, Braxton Miller, and Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, Terrell Pryor was one special one because he washed out as a quarterback and then switched to wide receiver and washed out there too.
Yeah. He washed out. But you know what?
He took 2 swings at it and extended his NFL career.
And they gave him one, which means he's got to be a better athlete than any of us are ever been.
Yeah,
So.
and you know what? Switching to wide receiver while you're in the NFL is pretty tough.
No,
and he was playing for the Browns.
The concept's not you go run catch. Okay.
Well, yeah, but it's a bit harder than that.
Navy Brad says, Randy, I have a NASCAR question. During the race, can the crew chief make any changes to the car when it's in motion? You mean like run up alongside the car?
Well, that's a good question because not a lot of people know about this, but the drivers have adjustments they can make while inside the car. And as the car starts to loosen up and the tire wear goes on and the car starts acting a certain way, it's not so comfortable. There are levers that help adjust weights from front to back in the car or right to left in the car to help the car feel better and be a little more solid. So you might sometimes hear the crew chief say, the driver might be panicking saying this car is just it's really loose. It's really bad. I'm going to crash. And you'll hear the crew chief say, well, use your tools inside the car to do the best you can. We'll get you in quick. So yes, that's a good question. The crew chief cannot, but the driver can make adjustments to the car while it's in motion.
My adjustments are the lumbar support in my seat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I, with my my one car, I got them paddles.
Yeah.
That I can shift with.
Yes. Well, Formula One and any car have the paddles, but NASCAR has a sequential shifter. They've gone away from the old H pattern shifting.
Yeah.
It's now all the way up. It's just like, you keep pressing down for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And they've got 6 speeds in the cars now.
I can run the radio from the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Very good.
Cruise
Very
control.
Good. Well,
that's my
yeah,
that.
Yeah. That's good. It's good. Excellent.
I can lock people out. They can't roll down the windows.
Got
that. So
yeah.
I think it's probably a lot like that, maybe, Brad.
Yeah.
Bob Shursky says, hey, listening to you gentlemen compliment the Bears leaves me feeling much like I did when the Cubs won the World Series. Happy, yet confused. even Bob Swirsky has got to be a little confused about last night.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah, maybe you see the 14-17 or something like that as a score. 33-14. For the Bears, that's got to be one of the bigger blowouts they've had in years. And but I'll tell you what, they did it on both sides of the ball. The 4 turnovers, and of course on the other side they rushed for 243 yards. A lot of that was Justin Fields himself, and they just took out the old man. It wasn't even about coaching; it was just a beating. They took a beating, and really, some of it was self-imposed by the Patriots, but. Man, this whole 2 quarterback thing though. Why didn't he just play Zappy? Just play Zappy like I told him to. Why isn't Bill Belichick listening to me?
I don't know. And I think even more confusingly, he claims that he told the guys that he was going to play them both.
The players are like,
nobody in the locker room seemed to be aware that Bill Belichick planned on playing Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi.
Maybe the assistant coaches were like, man, Bill just said he's playing them both. He's just kidding. It's hard to tell him he's kidding because he never moves his face. But maybe they just got it wrong. But whatever the case, Zappy, and Mac Jones, just sort of.
The offense looked like it was working when Zappy was in there.
Yeah,
and
then they took him out. It was very confusing. What the hell was Bill doing?
It's an odd thing to be, messing with your quarterback rotation in week 7 of an NFL season. If guys aren't hurt and you don't have to, pick a guy and go.
You know what this is? Bill Belichick is playing chess when the rest of us are playing checkers. He's using this entire season as preseason for next year.
You think so?
That's exactly what's happening.
Boy, I don't see it.
If it puts him in a better position to get a quarterback later, so be it. It's soft tanking. You don't have to do that quiet quitting. You know what I mean? This is soft tanking. And he's like, oh, something happens, great. If it doesn't, we're ready for next year. That's it. This is all it is. Because why else would you screw around like that? It made no sense. What they did last night made no sense. Zappy was 14 of 22 passes and 185 yards with a touchdown. But then there was the turnovers. There's the turnovers.
And I think that is his conundrum. Mac doesn't really turn the ball over, but Mac can't make the big plays. Zappy can, but he's going to kill you with some of his decisions.
Sounds like a lot of quarterbacks we know. Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan. No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
anyway,
but Mac Jones is in year 2 and Bailey Zappi's a rookie. So those 2 guys should be better. Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz.
Mac Jones, I hope they find the hell out of him. Did you see him kick that guy in the nuts? Did you see him?
I did not see
Cleats
that.
high. He went in cleats high on the slide.
Here is a shot. He's going into a slide. The play was going to be over. He sees this guy coming, and he puts his foot up, and he takes him out, kicks him squarely in the junk. I mean,
That
they
should be a
replayed
fine, yeah.
it over and over, and you can see the guy's butt cheeks vibrate from the kick to the nards that he got right there. Mac Jones is a punk. That's just stupid. Why would you? Tom Brady did that once to somebody in the past. I can't remember who he kicked in the. It was Ed Reed. He got fined $10,000. So you better find this Mac Jones character $10,000 because that was uncool. There's no. He actually had to go out of his way to stick his leg up there.
You shouldn't be sliding with your cleats up in the air. There's no reason for it. That's not how. That is a harder way to slide than just sliding.
Yeah, Mac Jones is like, all right, I gotta run. I gotta slide. Oh, look, balls. He just decided to lift his leg up like that. And that takes physical strength and ability that none of us have.
Effort and skill. Yeah, I don't know.
So
I'm not thrilled about it either.
Well, then this Jaquan Brisker guy made him pay for it over and over again for the rest of the night. Interception here. I think it was a strip fumble somewhere else, or he got 2 interceptions. I can't remember what it was, but Jaquan Brisker made him pay for that dearly. But that's not something we should allow. But outside of that, I don't have really much to say about last night's game. Just the Bears just beat Belichick's Patriots just soundly, and you never were worried the entire game. You were not worried. I mean, after the first 10 points, you're like, ooh, this has just made it interesting. Let's see what Belichick does. Oh, nothing. All right. That's great. Didn't expect that, but all right. That's an interesting strategy. Let's see what Belichick does later. Oh, still nothing. All right. So here we are. And the Bears, they're 3-4. I mean, I'm not expecting them to have a fireball of a season, but you have to have felt something was a little different because the Patriots, as you have mentioned, they got a pretty good defense. And to see Justin Fields doing his Lamar Jackson imitation last night, it's got to give you a little pause, doesn't it? Got to make you think, what's going on in Chicago?
Yeah, and I thought that the play calling was very different. I thought I was actually watching a game where the game plan was, what is Justin Fields good at? Let's do that. There were designed quarterback runs. There were rollouts to get him out of the pocket, like what we should be doing with Kyler Murray. Get him out of the pocket so that he can at least survive because that offensive line is bad. And then he did the rest. Justin Fields, I always felt pretty confident he was going to work out because Justin Fields, to me, from even back when he was in college, always looked like, what if Cam Newton could throw?
You know where Eberflus came from, right?
Indy.
Just saying. And we miss him. We miss him so goddamn much. Oh God, I miss him. I remember those. Come back. Come back.
You think he would help in a situation like this?
Yes, I do.
How?
I think it really hurt us.
I really think the Colts defense has taken a little bit of a step back since he's been gone.
Yeah.
So Chicago was 2-4, and I think you're right. I think that they just looked around and thought, yeah, we got to change something. We got to go to our strengths, and they went to their strengths, and their strengths are Justin and Fields. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. But
and that wide receiver Dante Pettis that came out of nowhere. That I don't know. I don't recall ever having him on my radar. Then he popped up a couple of weeks ago, and he's
had a game or two.
Been pretty nice.
He's had a game or two in the past. But you're right.
But he seems to be a favorite target of Justin Fields lately.
Interesting. So I don't know who they play next. I don't know if this continues, but let's just say it has raised the antennas. It has raised the antennas. Like Mac Jones raising his leg to kick Jaquan Brisker in the antenna. 888-368.
They've got Dallas next, actually.
1580. Well, that'll be the end of that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Dallas was playing Detroit, if I recall, and they
Dallas did not look good against Detroit, man.
They looked okay.
Like, it wasn't his faltering.
Dak looked average.
Not about Dak. It's about the defense against the Bears.
I mean, yeah, but if
the Bears played like they did last night, they'll beat Dallas. No doubt.
If Dallas plays the way they played this past week and Chicago plays the way they played this past week, Chicago looks better.
I think
look better.
It needs to depend on does Dallas's defense step up to where we think they should be? If they do, then yeah, I still think Dallas will win.
Yeah, I just also think that Justin Fields presents a particularly unique challenge for most guys because he's big. He actually had that run on the goal line where they got him inside, and there were two corners there ready to tackle him, and they both backed off. They made a business decision because they saw big old Justin Fields go into the end zone, and they were like, yeah, he's probably going to get in. Why do I have to take the damage to stop him?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a very interesting, I mean, that's the best way to put it. It was an interesting game. It was not a competitive game for very long, but it was interesting. We did see a lot, and let's see what happens. All right, let's clean up the text line here before we move on. Let's see, I already got that one. Thunder Snow says, you're back on the air. Yeah, it was funny because I went down the hall. First, I texted the engineer. I says, hey, oh my God, I think we're off the air. And then I walked down the hall. I was like, hey, Ron, Radio Ron, just so you know. And then I looked over and I saw the engineer in the engineering closet. He was already fixing it.
That's
like
pretty cool.
in person. So everything should be back to normal now for as long as, the engineer feels like, I guess. We're at his mercy. Big George says, I think I know why Cardell Jones didn't pan out in the NFL. He was stationed at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, and he drank the
Big
water.
George. Yeah, nice, Big George.
Big Kev says, hey, I'm back again. Hey, Randy, what is your championship for prediction for Phoenix in another week from this Sunday? Going to say Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, two of my favorite drivers, Chase Elliott and William Byron.
I mean, there's still 3 spots open, so yeah, that sounds good to me.
Cheese Skull says, greatest Heisman winner to suck at quarterback is Gino Torretta. We're going to take your word for it. Big Risk says, Kyler Murray should switch from quarterback to water boy. Okay. Let's see. And would Cardinal fans, yeah, we already said we would. We take Justin Fields. Colts would take Justin Fields. A lot of people would take Justin Fields right now, even if they're not winning. You see the potential. Mr. Pink Eye says, question for Randy. Who's more overpaid, Russell Westbrook or Dak Prescott? Can I answer that one? Russell Westbrook.
I defer to my good friend Jeffrey O'Brien.
Russell Westbrook.
I agree.
Because we don't know where Dak is yet completely. And Russell Westbrook he's got to join the Masons, union because he's just dropping bricks everywhere.
And Dak has been at worst average. Russell Westbrook at worst is killing that team. and at best, he's just not the problem.
Yeah.
He's not helping. He's not the solution. He's not the problem.
I might go back and sell that car back to him. I'm just embarrassed now. Touchdown the pants says, don't forget Terrell Pryor went from quarterback to wide receiver to stabbing victim. Wait, what? Somebody stabbed him?
He did get stabbed later. Yeah.
Is he okay?
He's fine now. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't keep bringing it up.
He survived. Yeah.
Beer Nut says, you know what Jeffrey and NASCAR drivers have in common? They both
absolutely nothing.
They both pee and poo in their diaper while driving.
Wow.
Beer Nuts, you forgot to use your burner account called Booger Wolf. Man, usually the people who do that in the car is not me. It's the passengers. Random Texture says, I don't care what anyone says. That was the most vanilla offense and vanilla defense I've seen out of the Patriots in years. The thing that was making me scratch my head was Belichick saying absolutely nothing on the sideline. He didn't even look upset. He didn't look discouraged or anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
we've seen some emotion on that face. That's what I'm saying.
The soft tanking.
He's treating this like preseason for next year. I'm serious.
The soft tanking gained some more validity when you look at that because he cared just a week ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what changed.
Well, when you see him doing this weirdness, you can tell he don't care now. Navy Brad says Bills and Vikings in the Super Bowl 57. Is it 57 this year?
Yeah.
What the hell? It was just 50. It was just 50.
Well,
it was just 50.
Time flies when you get old, my friend. Time flies.
Oh, this sucks a lot. Scratch me because speaking of Qatar, when am I going to get the email on the Dave and Buster's card? That has zero to do with it. Why don't you just ask that question?
Just
Speaking of Qatar,
I'm here at the station. I've got your prize and the other guy's prize, and I'm going to mail them after I get your guys' information. So chill, man. You're going to get an email soon. Thank you, King of Kittens. Stockton Slap says, it's funny that everyone says Dallas played bad, but they had the biggest point differential win out of all the NFC teams, East teams this season. Eagles barely beat the Lions by 3.
Okay, what does that have to do? We're talking about Dak, and yeah, that offense looked lethargic, and the defense again carries the day in Dallas. The reason why that differential looked the way it looked was Jared Goff looked like the Jared Goff we thought Detroit was getting in the first place. That Dallas's defense did that. Give them credit, but I'm not going to give Dallas's offense credit. They look bad.
Big Risk says, did Jamarcus Russell win the Heisman? What about Ryan Leaf?
Boy, that's a good question. Jamarcus Russell?
I don't think Jamarcus did, but
Jamarcus didn't. Hefty Lefty says Westbrook is out tonight due to rim maintenance. That thing is taking a beating through 3 games. Good Lord. Chief Skull says, is that Patriots offense a Matt Patricia offense or a Bill Belichick offense? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Boomer Sooner says, guys, I know Belichick's having a bad time. Tom Brady's out there having a bad time. Everybody's having a bad time. And I think Radio Ron keeps one of those engineers in his back pocket. And
could be.
Cardinal Art says, it's almost 4:20. So may I please have a weather forecast report and a shot of your finest whiskey and maybe a cold brewski as well, Randy. Boy, he wants a lot there, that Cardinal Art.
Boy, he just wants everything.
He wants a drink, and a drink of your weather.
Yeah, from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White's reporting. Just beautiful. I mean, Chamber of Commerce weather out there, and it's going to continue throughout the rest of the week. Tonight, it's going to get down to 47 chilly degrees.
Nice.
Make sure you take care of those young plants and sucklings.
Excuse me?
77 for the high today. It'll be 79 tomorrow. We're looking at sunny skies and beautiful temperatures over the next 10 days. No rain in the forecast from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, sponsored by Harmon Solar. This is your Chief Meteorologist, Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cove.
Thank you, Randy. And yes, now I finally feel like it's cool enough to go in my garage and do garage stuff. I did some garage stuff over the weekend. It was like right on the brink of like a little bit too hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I feel like I got some serious work to do this weekend.
Boy.
Replacing an entire cooling system on my project vehicle. And also going to replace the CV axles. And I'm going to, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah.
The CV. You're going to replace those CV axles or just the boots?
No, the entire thing.
The whole shebang.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how long that thing had been torn. And so anything could get in there and start causing havoc. And, it's time. It just seems like anytime I run across something, rather than plink around with this project, I'm replacing it with new parts.
It's a project car. Why not go all the way?
Got to go all the way. It's part of the fun of it anyway, right? Anyhow, so yeah, I'm looking forward to weekends in the Saturdays or in the garage, Sundays or watching the football. That's what's happening. So yes, I just wish it was just a little bit cooler. I know it's going to be like 80 on Saturday or something.
Yeah, it's get it back up into the 80s over the next few days. 82 on next Saturday.
Yeah. But I'll be all right. I'll go out early. But and no, it's not less than manly that I don't want to be hot. There ain't nothing in man card constitution about not liking it hot. I don't like it hot. If something broke and I had to, I could work in the heat. I've done it before. Boy, you should have seen me fixing that pool pump. I was sweating bullets out there. It was miserable, but I did it like a man because I had to. My fun in the garage ain't a have to. It's a want to, and I'll do it when it's cool. So kiss my ass. That's what I'm gonna say to that.
Wow.
I can't remember who it was trying to give
like
me
a man.
trying to give me a man card violation back in the past for that, but that's it. My ass, your lips. That's the way this works. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and talk some more NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens Find Rx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the Desert Mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
I'm Shane O'Grady, founder of Life Changer Loan, and for years I've been sharing how our mortgage has been changing lives. With all 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, maybe it's time you find out what all the fuss is about. Our average client saves over $250,000 in interest compared to their traditional loan, while not changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MD1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck? Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Thursday night football is back. The Ravens will take on the Buccaneers. That is going to be an interesting game. That's going to tell you what Tom Brady and that team is made of. If they can bounce back. And you have to wonder, if they don't, is it Todd Bowles or is it Brady? Or is it, I mean, you got a lot of credit, and they used to ask the same question. Is it Tom Brady or is it Bill Belichick? Well, now the Buccaneers are failing. First year without Bruce Arians. And you got to ask yourself that question.
You know, it's funny because I've lived long enough. I saw the Cincinnati Reds and Sparky Anderson, the great Sparky Anderson was the head coach of the Cincinnati Reds. And on this team, he had Davey Concepcion. He had Johnny Bench. He had Joe Morgan. He had Pete Rose. I could go on, but I can't remember off the top of my forehead exactly all the guys. But he had all these guys, and they kept winning and winning and winning. And people were like, Sparky Anderson, you're a great coach. You're winning. He says, I'm not doing anything. These guys that I have are going out and playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. Well, all I do is show up and I make some management moves here and there, but these guys are actually the players.
Very different when you talk about baseball versus football, though.
Well, but see, I think the last couple of years it's been Tom Brady, and Tom Brady has been coordinating this offense from the get-go. I think the last few years, and I think now that there's some significant injuries on this team, you're starting to – I don't think it's Todd Bowles. I don't think he's making the wrong calls. I think it's Tom Brady.
You know, a couple of catches don't get dropped, and we're not even thinking about this right now.
I mean, that's true.
Well, but that's what I mean. I don't think that's Todd Bowles. I think that it's injuries and just this team is aloof right now. They're just floating endlessly in the ocean.
I agree with Randy. I think a younger Tom Brady would have been able to, regardless of injury, elevate this team at this age right now, the way he looks at this moment. I don't think he can do that. I think he needs a good, healthy team around him.
Can I talk to Tom Brady directly for a moment? Can I do that?
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, Tommy, eat a damn sandwich. You look like Skeletor. Come on, man. I think that's the problem. You got low blood sugar. You're depressed and you're not eating enough. Yeah, we get it. Giselle's gone. That's all right. It's not like you can't have any other woman that you meet. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get ugly, you still have all that damn money. No woman is going to say no to you, Tommy. So maybe go have a damn hamburger. You don't have to sneak through the drive-through. She's gone. You just eat what you want. I mean, you got to put on a couple of LBs on that FACE, my friend, because you ain't looking good. You ain't looking good. Get some sleep. Eat some food. Hey, you need some. You know what you have? My wife, come on over for dinner, Tommy. We're gonna have roast beef. We'll get get it going in the crock pot, a roast, and mashed potatoes. We'll get you good to go in no time, and we'll keep her sisters away. That's for you, Tommy. That's for you. Anyway, yeah, he just, I don't know, maybe some of that is what he's been going through in his personal life. You could say, oh, no, I ain't in it. But yeah, it's in there. It's in there when he's out there on the field. It's in there.
And Todd Bowles is a defensive-minded coach. So even the defensive side of the ball, I don't really necessarily blame Todd Bowles for. When you look at the guys that they're missing on the defense, they're missing like 4 or 5 starters. That is a problem. You're not going to be the team you were last year where you're contending for a Super Bowl when you're missing multiple starters on both sides of the ball. And the starters that are there aren't performing to the level that they're supposed to, and a la Mike Evans dropping a pass that hit him directly in his hands.
And let's keep in mind, was it the second week of preseason or the second practice of the damn season? That big mangy-haired ginger center that they have there,
Yeah.
that guy, what is he, like 570 pounds of solid rock and ginger hair? That's the center of the team. And this is a guy that Tom Brady relies upon to run the offensive line. He hasn't been there all season. This team has not been right from the get-go.
Well, they better figure something out because they got the Ravens on Thursday Night Football right now, just from the hip. I'm picking the Ravens.
Just same.
And I hate to do it because we've all been burned ever picking against Tom Brady. Listen, I think the Patriots, I think the Buccaneers will get their act together, whether it's getting healthy from injuries or just, settling in and be, there's too much damn talent on that team to keep losing games like that. Anyway, so that's Thursday Night Football here on 1580. The Fanatic Pinocchio Deep Dive says Ty Cobb taught Mac Jones how to slide. That's pretty good. I appreciate that, Pinocchio.
Cleats up.
Well, I don't know because I saw the slide and Mac Jones was reclining back on his forearm. You don't do that in baseball. Okay, you do that, it tears all the skin right here off.
Right.
It's not fun.
Well,
No,
he's on grass and he's probably aware of that. Right?
You hands go up, and if you're going in cleats high, it's because you're about to have your head taken out by whoever's crossing the back, shortstop, second baseman, whoever, because they're throwing the ball low. You're protecting yourself.
Chief Skull says, I've decided one of the worst moments in life is when you have to pee and you're hitting them damn bumps in the I-17. I can one up you. Just switch that word with diarrhea. Fubar 1000 says, howdy, Blender dudes. Another great ass whooping. I love fantasy football. Go ASU. And unnamed texter, at least at the moment, says, college. Easier to see who's good. Who knew Illinois was going to be in contention to go to the Big Ten championship game? Illini. I think you meant, is that?
Yeah.
Illini. Fighting Illini.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's actually, this is not a very common thing, but I just got caught up on the text line. Like, seriously, that's kind of spooky. It makes me wonder. Did we just get hit by an EMP? Did the Chinese finally decide just to zap us? Hey, look, the Coyotes have got a 1-0 lead over the Columbus Blue Jackets right now.
Boy, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Come on, Yotes, let's go.
8 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first. So here's hoping, right? We have to talk about some more unpleasant business, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give it a name. And I don't like just putting the word gate on things. Seems kind of lazy ever since Watergate, Deflate Gate, Gate,
Spygate.
But I'm going with Autograph Gate. I think this is a cover up, and I think that the cover up is worse than the crime. But we brought this up for a moment yesterday. I had not seen the video until this morning. Keon had seen it. Hey, officials. Hey, Mike. It's like they're like little kids. Mike. And he's like, grabbed a piece of paper from one and a pen, and then Mike Evans signed something and went off. And boy, I saw the video, and I'm 100% on your side. There's no way that was anything else. There's no way that was anything else. And I'm going to dispute another oops against the NFL when they finally did come out with their explanation. So here's what happened, in case you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So there's this video that's being taken, and this lady is in the tunnel, and she sees, oh, there's Mike Evans. So she's got her camera phone on him. And as she's watching him walk into the tunnel, a couple of referees go, Mike, hey, wait. And he signs this piece of paper for him. They all look happy, like, thanks, Mike. And they leave. And we're like, well, that's weird. Well, guess what? It's also something that went viral. And everybody's like, what in the hell is this? You realize the impropriety there. A referee goes up, asks you for something of value, which is your autograph. And now we're supposed to expect that you don't get favorable treatment, or if you say no, that you don't get negative treatment. I mean, the whole thing just made a lot of heads explode right there. Whether they win or lose, that is a bad look. So now that goes out there. People are like, oh, my goodness. And if you say to yourself, it's just an autograph, no big deal. Remember how much money these autographs go for. And they're like, well, he just probably maybe signed it for his kid. Still, that is an exchange of value. One way or the other. It's an exchange of value. So the NFL just said, we'll take a look at this. We'll investigate. And so they investigate and they say, there wasn't an autograph. Oh, what was it? Okay, we got to go by. Click. They won't even say what it was. They're like, oh, we're not going to comment any further. And then Mike Evans is asked, what was that about? No, it was nothing. Don't worry about it. Well, was it an autograph? No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to. So everybody's just not talking about it. So then the NFL in-house media operation says, guys, listen, we've been told by the NFL we've been asked by the NFL all it was Mike Evans was writing down his phone number. One of the refs, wanted to pass along that number to a golf pro. So, because Evans had said he'd like to get lessons from him. Okay, go back and watch the video. Does that look like somebody writing down a phone number with swoops? You don't write down a phone number. He wrote it like you signed something. He didn't go, yeah. Here you go, buddy. He was like signing something. The NFL is lying to you. And this is one of these things where you're like, it's no big deal. It's just an autograph. This is the integrity of the entire NFL. The integrity of the NFL, the integrity of the referees, the integrity of even Mike Evans. Yeah, this does matter, because what could come behind this is stuff that people in Vegas will be losing their minds over. I hate when the skulls like it's rigged. Well, yeah, this is where things start to look like they might be rigged. This is where things start to look like there would be some quid pro quo from those of you from Apache Junction getting something for something. This is a bad look. And then for the NFL to say, we looked into it as nothing. There's just a phone number. We're not stupid.
No.
Go back and watch the damn video again.
That's not a phone number, because you write individual numbers.
Yes.
You don't put them all together in one line. I'm sorry.
I can't write I know my phone number. I can't write it down that fast.
So this was after the game, wasn't it? Yeah.
In the tunnel after the game.
And
it's just the dishonesty of the NFL for people to notice that something is wrong, and then for them to just go, nuh-uh. What? How does that help anybody?
Mike Evans says, I wasn't signing my autograph. I'll tell you that. I talked to a lot of officials. We're human beings. He's a nice guy. That's all. We were just talking about golf. That's all we were talking about.
Okay, so he's an employee of the NFL, and Mike Evans is an employee of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you think that referee could have gotten Mike Evans' phone number some other way? Did it have to be him and another referee in the tunnel after the game? I'm sorry.
If it had been a phone number, you'd have seen him stop for just a second longer, Don't call after like 9 o'clock. You know, and say you don't just and hand your phone number off to some random guy. And here's the way that would have worked in real life. Hey, Mike, I heard your golf game. I got this golf pro who could help you with that. Oh, yeah? Well, give me their number. Okay. They would have handed Mike Evans the phone number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody's calling Mike Evans. Mike Evans will call you. You see what I'm saying? So this whole thing is horrible. This is a lie, but on a lie. How? And this is one of those things. It's the little thing that you lie about. You know, this is when people like lie about. I had a girlfriend once, and she lied about something small, and I broke up with her. She's like, "What was the big deal?" Because if you lie about the small things, how can I trust you with things that really matter? You know, and it wasn't so small a thing. Like, did you fart? No. Okay. No, it was something that just like I don't even understand why you would feel like you had to do that kind of lie. So this is one of those. You didn't have to lie about this. You didn't have to. Oh, yeah, I signed a thing for his kid, whatever. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay, I won't do it again.
Suspend a referee for it. You know, if you think it rises to that level, fire him, because you do have to do something about it. But all this does now is open up the doors to, has this happened to other players after games? You know, do referees commonly do this? And I don't want to have to ask these questions. But now the door is open. And because the NFL won't say this one guy did it, it opens up scrutiny to all referees.
The whole thing, Mike Evans, what the officials say, what the NFL in-house media operation says, and what the NFL's, all of it together. You know, I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat here, man. Keon saw the same video, and you can see the same. It's on. Did I post it? I think I did. Yeah, you go to my Twitter account at RadioPal1580. Scroll down, you'll see the video there because I say the NFL expects us to believe this wasn't an autograph. Come on, man. It seems like every other day something pops up that makes it harder and harder for me to love the NFL. And it's chipping away at me, man. It's chipping away at my spirit for this game. I love this game. And I hate that this exists. Something that shouldn't be a big deal. Now it is a big deal when everybody's lying to you. Go watch the video. Tell me what you think. 888-368-1580 is the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com. Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
Hi, Jada Cantor, Desert Wholesale Diamond, and my dad, Diamond Dave. Lots of people sell diamonds in Scottsdale, but no one like my dad. He really imports diamonds directly from overseas. A few people say this, he really does this. Then he wholesales them direct to you. He designs and manufactures custom rings for wholesale in his own facility, providing top quality service for the lowest price. He does this in our professional offices, giving you one-on-one attention while saving you the rent and overhead of a high-end or big box chain. He saves so much, and he'll do the same for you. Don't pay retail. Work with a 4th-generation GIA graduate, diamond importer, and get her the diamonds she wants at a price you want.
Call 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor. Or online at www.diamonddaveaz.com. That's www.diamonddaveaz.com.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we teach the tools, rules, and strategies that professionals use to outperform in the markets. Having those skills has never been more important than it is in our current economy. These are times that history teaches us that the masses are impoverished while the few making the right moves are gaining generational type wealth. At Online Trading Academy, we teach people just like you how to make the same moves at the same time as Wall Street elites. And right now, we have an end of summer special. Join us for an intensive 3-day market timing course covering the best of the trading and investing strategies of our time. Text us now and register for the course at 66% off the normal $299 price. Text $99 to 25029 and get this class for just $99. Again, that's $99 to 25029.
Don't just do it every day. Do it several times a day because it feels that good.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Get the latest sports headlines, the buzz around the league, listen to podcasts, stay up with social media. Just log on to our website at 1580thefanatic.com.
You know, I won some money this past weekend. I hate to keep bragging about it, but it felt so good to win a few bucks on my FanDuel Sportsbook app. And now's the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers, not nude, Jeffrey, I know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. But go ahead.
New customers get a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. Hi, Randy here from the Daily Blender on 1580.
Can you be naked, though?
99.3 The Fanatic.
Can you be naked and bet on FanDuel?
No.
You're not allowed to be naked?
You can be, yeah.
How would they know?
You can be naked, and I think they access the camera.
Oh, man.
Bet at your own risk if you're betting naked. But anyway, that's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. No sweat first bet up to $1,000. Free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Basically, you put $5 down on the Cardinals this week, and let's say you win huge because they're going to beat the Vikings by 74 points. You take that money, you double down, and you throw that on Patrick Cantlay at a PGA. Oh well, he didn't win. He didn't win this time. Man, up to $1,000 back on your first bet if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with my promo code Randy158. That's probably a bad example, isn't it? Yeah, because your first bet. So if you let's say you put $1,000 on Patrick Cantlay to win in the upcoming PGA event, and he doesn't win. You get that $1,000 in free bets if it doesn't hit. That's better. I made it better. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads. You can combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout at same game parlay. And you can get your winnings fast when you win. It's all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Sign up with my promo code Randy1580 for your no sweat first bet. Again, it's Randy1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets. It expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right. So this was asked earlier, and I forgot to tell you. We have 3 undefeated fantasy football teams in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues.
3 undefeated teams in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League.
Yep. I don't need that because I got to read 3 names.
Oh.
The notorious CTE and the Arizona Chargers and Jag Dogs.
You just read their names.
Yeah.
Well, you said you didn't need it. I played it. See what I mean? You're very confusing sometimes.
Well, you never hit it the right time. So it just, also there are 3 of them. So I had to go through pages because one of them was in Blender League 2, 3, and 7. So I'm surprised that we have 3 left. That's pretty good, guys. Well done on that.
By the way, we're coming up to the end of the first period. Yotes up 2-0.
Oh, there we go. Nice. I have it on my screen over here, but it's so covered in Bruce Jacobs' spittle I have to be looking at it very closely. Oh, there's a bug in here. Anyway, so let's get to the text line and we'll move on to other things. Big George says, Jeffrey Seamus O'Brien, are you saying the NFL is rigged? That there might be some improprieties going on? Say it ain't so. I don't think the games are rigged. I don't think that this is an indication of rigging, but it was improper. And to see the NFL and just boom, just everybody pretend like nothing happened. That really makes you a little bit, makes you a little wobbly on everything else, if you ask me. Mr. Pink Eye says, are you guys allowed to ask Dale Hellstray for an autograph?
Yes.
Yeah, but why? Joe the Show says, it's like when Hillary didn't delete classified emails off her laptop and when Trump didn't take documents that were classified. Chill, baby cakes. First off, don't ever call me baby cakes. And second, listen, all these things, if Hillary did that, well, then she should be punished. I'm not going to shout, lock her up like everybody does. And if Trump did something wrong, he should be punished. Yeah, everybody should be punished if they do things that are wrong. The cover up a lot of times is worse than what actually happened, And so that's the thing I'm concentrating on. Worse is the cover up right now.
The sad thing about this is the cover up.
Thank you, Randy. Dirty Dallas says 100% not a lie. They knew each other through Texas A&M.
Here's a nice cold one for you.
I mean, there were two referees there, but what are you saying? They knew each other from Texas A&M, and one guy was passing on golf information that makes it okay as opposed to less suspicious or more suspicious than that.
I feel like he's just more suspicious.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I used to referee him back when he was in the SEC, Big 12. I don't remember what.
I've been getting Mike Evans favorable calls for exchanges of favors for years. This is before the NFL. Everybody just calm down.
That is worse.
Cardinal Art says, so Mike wasn't signing his T card. He forgot to sign when he and the refs were golfing that time. I need Randy on this on Fourth Dimension time. What? I need Randy on this on Fourth Dimension time. Cardinal Art, have another drink. Boogie says the whole referee Mike Evans in the stadium tunnel situation does look bad. That's why I never sign autographs when I go to Perryville, the all-female prison there in the West Valley.
Yeah,
I perform there on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've met you, Boogie. I doubt you perform. Hefty even in an all-women's prison.
Air quotes. Perform.
Hefty Lefty says place big bets with your third leg for an added jolt of excitement.
Come on.
That's very innovative right there, actually.
Ooh.
In fact, let's take a moment to talk about some very innovative men. I don't know if these really count as man card accreditation or man of the day. Got to say, though, this is some pretty innovative stuff, and, it paid off. So there is this guy in Kentucky named Josh Nally. He's 42 years old, and he's got himself a hobby. What he does, he's like, well, I got this TikTok, and he's like, look at me. I'm a 42-year-old man from Kentucky, so I ain't dancing. And he's like, well, what I'm going to do? For 321 days, Nally posted pictures and videos of himself on TikTok pretending to be dead in various public places. They would just sprawl out someplace, have somebody else take a picture of him like, oh my God, we found this body. Like on Law and Order, you come around the corner, there's a body. And so somebody was like, wow, this is pretty good. 321 versions of this guy being a corpse. So Wait a
minute. 321 pictures of this guy videos. Playing like he's dead.
Yeah, that was his hobby.
Huh.
Some people can dance. Some people can lip sync. This guy was just dead. But it wasn't Law and Order who came calling. Somebody connected him with the show CSI Vegas.
What?
And that's right. They saw what he was doing, and they flew him out to Hollywood, made him up as a dead body, and with 321 days of practice, nailed it.
Naturally.
Wow. One of the producers says, quote, rarely do we find an actor as well prepared to play a corpse as this guy. It was a pleasure watching him work. He's a pro at the whole death thing. So yeah, you can watch him on an episode of CSI Vegas on November 3rd.
What do you think he made for them? What kind of scale is it for like a corpse?
Well,
on one of these Hollywood high productions.
You don't get paid a lot unless you have a speaking part. And since he was a dead guy, yeah, there's
Come on, they flew him out there probably Learjet.
I imagine
all the
Coach.
drinks he could handle because he's just going to lay there on
Randy,
screen.
he's a dead body, but yes, I'm sure he did molest the craft service table.
Excuse me?
If you've seen the pictures of him, trust me, he knows how to take down a buffet. But he doesn't speak, so it was more probably about the experience than anything else. So that's
it's a story.
That's pretty innovative. Not bad.
You think the referees are going to ask him for his autograph?
Probably. I mean,
it does seem to be their thing.
You'd hope they wait until after, but so here's another guy, very innovative. This is good. Now, man, it's always good to be innovative. There's a guy who actually worked in secret for 3 years. The whole idea is he wanted to have some fun out at the beach with his family, but he had a dream. He had an idea. So in secret, he took, about 1,100 wine bottle corks and some fishing line, and he drilled 3,450 holes through all these corks, and he ran this fishing line through, and he created a cork suit. That's right, a suit out of cork, because he wanted to take it into the water. And so after 3 years of work, not telling anybody anything, him and the entire family go out, and he debuted it like the Little Mermaid right there. Boom. That's him launching himself into the water in his cork suit. And by God, it worked. He floated magnificently. The suit held together, and he floated around, and much to the thrill of everyone nearby. In fact, he was so happy about the results and how well it kept together, he shared it. And here he is saying, "Look at my invention," with one of his daughters in the cork suit.
Got to be kidding me!
Just floating around, and you could.
Who the hell does he work at the wine bar at the Olive Garden, or what?
Just focus on the ingenuity and
this
the
guy is
innovativeness.
hijacking corks from his
He's
work.
retired, man. He's retired. He has nothing but time to drink the booze and to make the suit.
1,000 corks.
1,100 corks.
Oh,
and he kept it a secret for this entire time. He didn't spend like the entire 3 years work. But, part of it was probably drinking. But 120 to 130 hours to get everything just right so it wouldn't fall apart or come. It had to be drilled carefully. The right the test of fishing line had to be used so it didn't tear it apart, but it also was strong enough to hold it in there. He's an on again, off again project. And he says, I admit I was afraid people would think it was nuts, but man, you should have seen the smiles on the faces of everybody there, my family. And so now, ever since, he has whoever wears it, they sign it and they date it on one of the corks. So it's kind of a nice thing. I think it's brilliant. But just look at the joy. There's nobody having more fun than that guy right there, launching himself into the ocean wearing his cork suit.
In that moment, happiest man in the world.
I'm jealous. I want something like that in my life. I want a cork suit.
You want a cork suit?
Yeah, but it's been done. So I want to do something like that, Something. But anyways, that's innovative. That's mangenuity right there. That is manly. So anyways, from dead guy gets apart playing a dead guy to grandpa going out there and making his cork suit work. That's pretty good. I just got to say, it makes me happy and proud to be a man. Hefty Lefty says, I think he got his idea from his wife, the dead guy. I guess he just lies there like a corpse for the 1 to 3 minutes every night. So I don't think, can I be honest?
See, I went a whole different direction with that. We got the idea from the wife because she kept telling him to drop dead. So he did.
Yeah, that's probably.
I actually thought that's where that was going.
Yeah, that's actually better comedy right there.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you've seen him, Hefty, there's no wife. Random texter says, playing dead people can lead to bigger and better things. That girl on the AT&T commercials got her start playing a dead person on Law and Order. Did she really?
On the Law and Order?
No kidding.
That's how, what's her name?
Yeah. Lily from AT&T.
Oh, Lily. Yeah, that's it. She started on the Law and Order?
Yeah, I guess that's what that's what random texture says.
Wow.
Dirty Dallas says he was hooking him up with information for Texas A&M Golf Pro. Mike Evans and that ref both went to A&M. Refs golf down in College Station all the time. Mike's just trying to get in the golf.
That is not helping anything.
Dirty Dallas, you have no proof of this.
If Mike Evans knows a referee
Still,
from
it's
college,
quid pro quo, my friend.
that referee should not be refereeing Mike Evans, especially if they know each other. Come on. Are you serious? You think that makes it better?
And yes, good cat, fellow Colts fan, we are tanking for a quarterback. You're damn right we are. And I couldn't be happier for my Indianapolis Colts. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We come back. We got the injury report. We got a bunch of NFL stuff to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-865-1168. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-865-1168. That's 800-865-1168. Again, 800-865-1168.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Wednesday, we turn our focus on the week 8 of college football and the NFL. We are still waiting for the World Series to start. So while we wait, the Suns match up against the Warriors Tuesday night, and we will react. Coyotes are finishing up their road trip before they come home for the first time on Friday. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Check out great summer specials at Macy's Memorial Day Sale, like Swim Chill Love, $12.99 to $25.99. Swim Hill Livin', 40% off, and 40% off casual sandals and more. Or get an extra 20% off more summer essentials with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days. Going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour. Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harbin Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, I've got a little bit of an injury report. I'll probably have more for you guys tomorrow, but I feel like these are some fantasy football sort of relevant things you need to know about, think about, that sort of thing. And DK Metcalf, they say he's not ruled out. Not ruled out yet. Now, it's not likely he's going to play, but at least he's not going to miss the rest of the season. That was the fear that everybody had. But the problem is, okay, what will he miss for that injury? But like I said, he wants to play Sunday, so he's got to be feeling pretty good. But they got to be careful there. Just see what what they got. So anyway, there's one a possibility. And then the impossibility, Daniel Bellinger for the Giants, he's going to be out indefinitely. He's going to have surgery on his fractured eye socket. Ouch.
Yeah.
How do you get an eye socket fracture in a damn game when you're wearing a helmet? What happened?
Quite a big opening there for your eyes, though.
Yeah, a lot of guys wear those little shields, and I think that now, man, I think I would. I always I saw them like wiping Daniel Fields, little visor because it was misty, and that's the downside. But outside of that, he doesn't have a broken eye socket. So I'm just, just saying. But did somebody reach in there and punch him? I mean, what exactly happened? Does anybody? I didn't see the play.
I didn't see the play
Yeah,
either,
I don't know.
to be honest. But it's definitely possible. You end up, ball gets loose or something, and then you're in a pile. Horrible things happen in that pile. Everybody knows it.
You need a windshield, my friend. You need a windshield. And now this just came in. The NFL has suspended Frank Clark for 2 games under the personal conduct policy. And it's because of a weapons charge he had in 2021. So in case you care, and even if you don't, that's that thing. But as far as the injury report goes, I'll have more for you tomorrow. But these were just immediate things. Donnie says, yeah, he got his eye gouged. Well, see, that's not a football play to gouge a guy's eye. If they find video of that, whoever did it should be thrown out of the league. Like, done.
I would bet that they don't have video of it. I can't imagine someone gouged his eye just out in the open where everybody could see. To me, it just seems like one of those things that happens in the pile, and lots of non-football plays happen in the pile.
Joe the Show, also a Colts fan, says, as long as we don't get any quarterback from Ohio State, I'm all right with the Colts tanking. Matt Ryan blows harder than, okay, I can't read the rest of that. So
I mean, look, you can say Ohio State quarterbacks this, that, and whatever. Justin Fields, if they continue to allow him to do what he does best, that's going to be a guy that's going to work. And you can't tell me with his skill set, if CJ Stroud lands in the right place, it's not going to work.
Against the spread, still hung up on the old guy who made the swimsuit out of cork. Says the guy who made the cork swimsuit must have been have a born to lose tattoo on his chest. If I ever miraculously retire and escape inflation-based indentured servitude, I'll be golfing. I'll be working out. This loser needs a different hobby, like pickleball or playing on train tracks at Union Station or something. I don't know what's your problem with him against the spread.
The dude is 64 and he did a thing that was interesting to him.
It's a very man thing. You're sitting there like, hey, you see how that cork over there is floating? What if I made a suit out of it? I finally have time to do that. I'm doing it. I applaud that effort against the spread.
I'm right with against the spread. I personally am playing golf and trying to figure out how to waste as much time as possible.
I don't even know how to golf.
But some people want to do other things and make ridiculous stuff. But I think that's cool too.
Ridiculous stuff.
Ridiculous. That is a cool thing to do. I don't know. I respect the guy.
May not work for you against the spread, but I can't wait. I'm going to be that guy in the neighborhood.
Everyone just hears a loud boom and they just know, Jeffrey's at it again.
Jeffrey's working in the garage.
Here's the thing. Every time the kids ask me, my wife asks me, says, hey, what do you want for your birthday? I say the same thing. Go-kart. And then they just kind of look at me and then walk away. I've not yet gotten a go-kart. You want a golf cart? No, go-kart. You a little big for that? You're grounded.
You're never too big for a go-kart.
Well, I could build a go-kart, but I can't, it's got to be something a little bigger than what I had when I was a kid, I guess. Man. Anyway, so I salute the people who make weird things. Just fun against the spread. Come on, man. Dirty Dallas says the Colts should draft Hendon Hooker from Tennessee. Last quarterback they took from Tennessee worked out all right for a spell after we killed him.
Oh no, that was Luck
about
was Stanford.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton was your last quarterback from Tennessee.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Luck was from
Stanford.
Stanford, yeah. Yeah.
That's how he worked out the deal to walk away with $110 million because he's really smart.
Oh, they're going to say he made a cork swimsuit for Jim Irsay.
No. Jim Irsay would probably go for a cork swimsuit.
Jim would
probably
appreciate
buy
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to get Hendon Hooker because we will not have the first pick unless we trade up for it or something.
I don't think Hendon Hooker is going to be the first pick. I think he's really damn good, but
I don't know if I have second or third. I mean,
a lot of the scouts have young Stroud and Levis ahead of him.
We have to excel at tanking. You know what I'm saying? To get 1, 2, or 3, or even 4.
What happens though if this kid comes in here, this Ellerton or whatever the hell his name is,
Sam Ellinger,
and he comes in and he rips off like 7 wins for you in a row?
He's dead to me.
Wait, that would be the guy.
Yeah,
at that point, you'd be a 10-win football team if he wins 7 in a row. At that point, it's like, good God, maybe Sam Ellinger might at 7 in a row.
I am a Colts fan. I know how it ends. He rips off 7 wins, and we get to a playoff game or something, maybe, and then we lose. It's the same crap we had with Phil,
if you're
and with Matt, and with anybody.
This is his 2nd year in the league.
Carson,
and he's just
Wentz.
now getting in. If you
Trying to
go
put that
ahead
out
and
of my
go
mind.
to the playoffs and he loses, you have a guy who, in the 2nd year of his career that can do that.
I'm not falling for it, Keon. We'll see.
Carson got his knee destroyed. I think that's a little bit different.
We'll see. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see. I just well, you'll see. I'm not going to say we'll see. I'll say you'll see.
No, I don't.
You're going to see what's going to happen
I don't think
next.
I don't think he's
not
winning 7 in a
going
row.
to be good. You know, we're going to make a bad team look good this weekend. Who are we playing? Oh, that's right. Your guys. We're playing the Commanders. They're going to look amazing this weekend. Everybody's going to like, oh, these Commanders really starting to get together. No,
Hey,
they're not.
I
They're
mean,
not.
yeah, they kind of are. You know,
No, they're not.
yeah, just
No, they're not. It's the Colts.
just 1 game below 500 already. Just
Baker's cocky hen. Well, Colts are 500, and I'm depressed. Baker's cocky hen says Corkman could escape Alcatraz, so he'd survive a hurricane. Oh, that's a good point. Baker's cocky hens. So hey, enough. Stop hating on the Cork guy. That's innovation right there. Joe the Show says, "Hey, against the spread, do you have a lock for tonight's Suns Warriors game?" Oh, that is.
It's gonna be a good game.
I don't know if you can have a lock against the spread. I don't agree with you when it comes to hobbies, but I'll tell you what, I agree with you when it comes to your gambling. Do you have any sort of an idea about tonight's game? It's going to have to be about a spread because, this is not an easy one to pick. I mean, I'm going to say Suns because I'm a fan, but yeah, we'd be interested to hear your take, our gambling guru against the spread, about tonight's Phoenix Suns game, and I can't be happier.
And the line is 1.5. Wow.
Yeah, so it's tough. I am looking forward to watching the Suns on TNT. That's right. I haven't seen the broadcast yet this year, so gonna watch Ernie and the guys, and of course the Phoenix Suns. So makes me happy. Unless they lose, then I just.
What if it's blacked out in your area?
It's not. Why would it be?
It's
What if it is though?
It's on TNT though.
Well,
usually they bypass the local for the national spot.
Why are you going to do that to me, Randy? I mean, I was happy there for a second.
I mean, I'm just asking.
I
I'm
don't
just asking.
I don't
You know
think I've
that?
ever seen one of those be blacked out.
You know what happened, Randy? Dead to me. That is what'll happen.
I'll be dead to you, or TNT will be dead to you.
Dead to me. So I'm going to say dead to me. So Brees Hall also dead to me. Not because of it's his fault. It just I had to drop him from my fantasy football. And so now the Jaguars, they're like, hey, we got James Robinson over here. He's barely used. We kind of took the wrapping off him a little bit, low mileage. And so now the Jets have James Robinson to take the place of Brees Hall. So the question is, will James Robinson have the same sort of output as Brees Hall did? Was it more about Brees Hall, or is it about the way they set up the run in the system there in New York?
It's a little bit of both. They had a lot of runs where they were able to find openings for Breece Hall, but Breece Hall is an incredibly explosive athlete. Once he was able to find his way to some of those gaps, he gets to the second level and he's making bigger, slower linebackers miss. That was his specialty and that was his strength. And James Robinson can do that. You know, that's the reason why they kind of like their little two-headed dragon that they had with James Robinson and Travis Etienne. But I'm guessing the Jets offered something a little extra that they thought was worth moving on from James Robinson when you have another good back in Etienne who is starting to find his footing in this league. Then you can lose James Robinson, but Robinson's going to fill in just fine.
This also could be a demoralizing thing for Hairboy because, you know, a winning team doesn't sell off parts of itself. So he's got to be looking like, wait, now we're losing a running back and we got future stuff that, well, I'm in this season right now. I kind of needed that guy. And, you know, you think that's a little demoralizing for Hairboy?
If it wasn't for the fact that they had Travis Etienne still, and they wanted Travis to be the premier back to start the year, but he had some issues fumbling the football early that he's since corrected. He hasn't been quite as loose with the football since. And they also like what he can give them in the passing game that James Robinson doesn't necessarily give them. And the fact that Travis Etienne, of course, was Trevor Lawrence's teammate back at Clemson. You know, we left your guy. We didn't trade your guy. We traded another person and we were able to keep your guy and keep the two of you together. And he's been good. I don't think it's demoralizing.
So the question is now, is this a guy? A lot of people either could run out and get him right now off the waivers, or if you've had him, you've probably been letting him sit on your shelf, just seeing what happens with James Robinson. It'd be interesting to see what Rosalie Michaels has to say. Is this a guy that you even bother playing? You know what I'm saying?
I think you do, because now he's got all the touches to himself, essentially. He's going to split carries with Carter, but he's got most of those. He's going to be the bell cow for the Jets. And also, if you had Travis Etienne, you definitely start him now. I think the problem was the kind of Patrick Mahomes wide receiver problem where you had Etienne or Robinson, you didn't know which guy was going to go off.
Well, we will find out this weekend. I don't know who the Jets are losing to this week, but he'll get his first chance.
Well, they've got the Patriots. I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, this is the first time the Jets have had a 2-game lead in the AFC East on the Patriots since 2001.
I was 11.
Yeah.
Wow. This game will sell you a lot about what's going on with the Patriots. Last night was a surprise. Sunday is going to be an education.
And I can't even remember the last time we got this far into a season and the Patriots were at the bottom of that division.
So I remember yesterday when I told you that Taylor Heineke looked like the kid from Meet the Millers.
He looks exactly like him. I'll never unsee it now. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. You're welcome. And now I realize something. He is the kid from Meet the Millers because he's like, hey, what's going on there? Taylor Heineke, how do you feel? How are you going to celebrate this win? He's like, every time I get a win, I'm in the training room the next day. I always buy myself a new pair of Jordans. What are you, 12? That's his celebration is he's going to buy himself a new pair of Jordans. He's like, I'll probably get those green and yellow Jays, man.
He's a sneaker guy.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Even if you are a sneaker guy, maybe don't say it out loud.
Why?
You sound childish. You sound silly, Heineke. You sound silly.
Not unlike the cork suit guy. You like what you like, okay? If you like
if he
Jordans,
said, I'm going to go out and buy a cork suit from this old crazy guy, I've been like, yes. Yes.
Yeah, he likes the Jordans, and so he's going to buy Jordan. I don't know. I don't see a problem with this.
How many pairs of shoes do you got, Randy? Like 4 or 5 pairs?
Yeah, probably.
Like I got the pair I got on. I've got a backup pair of what I have on, my old pair of what I used to have, because I just liked them. So I got the exact same kind because that's what we do as men. And I got a pair of leather black Converse that I got married in. I wear those every now and then for special occasions. I got my hiking boots, my shoes that I go walking with my wife, because they can get dirty and dusty, and my flip flops. Those count as shoes?
I don't think so.
They are footwear, but I don't think they're shoes. No.
Well, okay, then I got 4 pairs of shoes. I don't need any more than that. Why do you need more than that? Are you
What?
playing basketball, Heineke? No, I don't think so.
He's
You're going
not-
to do it in very expensive shoes. Some
Well, I
kids got
mean,
murdered
He
for.
doesn't
when we were
claim to be
kids.
playing basketball.
I mean,
he likes shoes you
yeah,
don't. That's it.
He's a dork.
Maybe.
Some
but then what
people
does
are, against the spread, is sitting there going, Jeffrey O'Brien's a hypocrite. I'm just making fun of him. But he does it. Just he comes. Other people say, "Oh, I'm gonna get myself a nice." You're like, all right, but he looks and talks like that dopey kid from Meet the Millers, and so this sounds worse for him.
I mean, yeah.
see what I'm
Look,
saying?
if you look like a dork and sound like a dork, it doesn't help. I understand that, but he likes what he likes.
Oh, hey, we have intel from Against the Spread on tonight's Suns game. Listen carefully, baby birds, because you're about to get fed. He says, I have no idea about the Suns game.
Against the Spread is very
Wow.
tactical with his
Yeah.
picks. He doesn't just bet everything.
We were so ready for like these gems of knowledge to come down from the mountain. I have no idea about the Suns game. Maybe catch it live and establish some trends before you pony up any cash. See, that just made my point.
Vegas doesn't know either because it's a 1.5 line in favor of the Suns.
He says, by the way, Jim Irsay's retirement package would include Tony Montana's cocaine bowl and keys to the safe at Walgreens for unlimited Percocets. He's not wrong.
Oh boy.
He might be a little bit of a pharma head and a crazy man, but at least he's got integrity.
That's a very nice way that you said that.
You can have integrity and still have some demons. But he's the one NFL owner who is standing up and saying, all right, we can't let this get swept under the rug again. He said that. And I sort of drifted to the word again because he has watched stuff get swept under the rug by the NFL owners and things just don't get dealt with. And he's tired of it. And it shows his true character. Is he a DUI waiting to happen? Yes. Is he kind of out of his mind? Oh, yeah. But I like that he has integrity. It makes me like Jim Irsay even more. But for him to say we have to stop doing these things, the shield is supposed to mean something. We're supposed to have, honor and integrity, and we're letting Dan Snyder exist. He's like, he's saying diplomatically, well, there's probably cause for a conversation. But basically, he's screaming. That's the NFL version of screaming. Come on, guys, let's do this right.
Well, because they don't want to talk about it at the meetings. He had, I at first I was kind of put off by that he went to the media about it, but then I thought about it some more. They don't talk about it at the meetings, and when Tanya's there, they really don't want to talk about it.
He wants to force the issue.
But in other situations, they've told other owners, like when Stan Kroenke had his whole "I'm not going to pay for the move from St. Louis" thing. When they voted on that, they told Stan Kroenke, "Hey, leave. We're voting." They can do the same thing for Tanya, but they won't do it.
Booger Wolf says Jeffrey and Randy don't know the art of sneakerhead. They only wear Birkenstocks. Go Niners. No Birkenstocks.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know what they look like. Yeah. Are those flip flops?
They're sandals.
Bob Shwersky says, "Hey, Keon's a closet sneaker fanatic over there. You a sneakerhead?"
Not really. I have some shoes that I like, but I'm not.
Your shoes are different than Randy and mine's shoes, but it's still the same kind of thing. You got shoes.
Yeah, like there's 2 or 3 sneakers. I'm like, all right, cool. But I
go crazy over shoes.
Some people do. It's not my particular hobby, but I can respect it.
Hey, if it's your hobby, power to you. Didn't mean to offend you, but you get, look at the shoes I got. These are collectors. All right, I'll give respect. But Taylor Heineke, it's just like there's gonna be snot bubbles coming out of his nose.
Look,
he looks like that guy.
If you like to collect action figures, just like how open are you going to be about that? Pick your time. Pick your spot.
I guarantee you, if you Google Taylor Heineke, there's gonna be a photo with a snot bubble. Just keep scrolling. You're gonna find it. It's gotta. I guarantee
it's gotta be there.
I'm gonna Photoshop it.
His face looks like the face that generates snot bubbles. I concede that.
It's my new name for your quarterback. Snot
There's
bubble.
a certain face that generates snot bubbles.
Yeah, it's
his face looks like
wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be moist any second.
I am the father of 6 children, the grandfather of 10 grandchildren, and they're all different shapes and sizes that generate snot bubbles, guaranteed.
Yeah, and Taylor Heineke is one of them.
He is the least surprising face that does that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got some more NFL for you. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA tonight, the Suns hosting the Warriors. Both teams come in at 2-1. Phoenix a 2.5-point home favorite, 225 the total. The World Series underway Friday in Houston. Game 1 between the Phillies and Astros. Odds for Game 1 currently have Houston at -170 on the money line. Philadelphia +143, 6.5 the over/under. No official announcement about starting pitchers as of Monday. NFL Week number 8. The Cardinals going on the road to face the Vikings this Sunday. Arizona a 3.5-point road underdog. The over/under at 49. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Go into Ben Bridge and ask to speak to a bridge. They aren't there. Shane Company, no one named Shane there. Robbins Brothers has been owned by a VC firm for years. Jared, that name came from a focus group. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale 4th generation diamond importer, GI graduate that you can actually meet in person. At Desert Wholesale Diamond, I'm importing the diamonds, designing and coordinating the custom rings, and I'm here. Deal with a full bore retail store. You're paying their huge overhead, their shareholder profit, and multiple mid-level managers. Buying a diamond is a major life moment purchase. You should be dealing with the source, and I'm it. We're in a professional office building to give you the one-on-one service a purchase like this deserves. I'm connected to the largest diamond cutters in the world, cutting out all the layers that add to the price of a diamond.
Call 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow Dave on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, KANTOR.
Are you currently in the market for a jumbo mortgage? If so, you need to check out the Life Changer loan. Our average jumbo client saves well over $500,000 in interest compared to their traditional mortgage alternative. On a Life Changer loan, you can do your banking inside your mortgage, which means you pay 100% principal first, and you can quickly pay down, pay off, and borrow back as you please. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona mortgage order number MB1002031 NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Ooh, Halloween, the season for goblins, witches, and scary good fun. But Walgreens knows it's also the doorbell never stops season, and we can't run out of candy season. So let Walgreens fill your Halloween bowl fast with pickup in as little as 30 minutes and delivery in as little as 1 hour. Because if it's needed in a poof season, it's Walgreens season.
This week, buy one, get one free snack and fun-sized candy bags of equal or lesser price. Offer valid through 10/29 while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12. The biggest conferences. Down the side of the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580. The Fanatic and the Coyotes are up now 3-0 over the Columbus Blue Jackets in the second.
Let's go, Yotes.
You know, it's amazing. It hasn't been that many shots on goal either. So to see this is pretty remarkable. 888-368-1580. And yeah, let's talk some more football. Let's talk about that since you brought it up. Scratch me because says Matt Ryan getting paid $24,705,000 this season. Sorry, Jeffrey. Well, first off, it's not my money. You know, it's a bad business decision by somebody else. But no, here's the thing, though. It's not as cut and dry. The reason they pulled him out right here, right now, is to save $17 million. He's got $7 million in additional salary for 2023, guaranteed for injury. 2023 roster bonus of $10 million, and so there's $17 million there if they keep playing him that they risk, because if he were to get hurt, they'd have to pay him a bunch of money, and if he's on the roster, they have to pay him a bunch of money. So to save that $17 million, they realized, okay, we're done here. That's Jim Irsay. We're done here. We're done with Matt Ryan. He keeps turning the ball over too much. It ain't working, so we're done. And then so Frank Reich says, well, it's a big step, but we think Sam Ehlinger is ready. No, you don't.
He was supposed to be a project, so now you're throwing him in maybe earlier than you'd hoped.
What happened to Nick Foles?
He's still there.
Well, what the hell?
He's going to be Ehlinger's backup.
But you see what I'm saying? Shouldn't Nick Foles be the next guy up?
They see these guys in practice. If they trusted Nick would be out there.
We are tanking, my friend. We're tanking, and I don't think Nick Foles is a solution for anything.
Why not push forward with Ehlinger and give him a shot? I mean, what do you got to lose? The kid's making a rookie contract, right? I mean, it's not like you're going to be paying him $17 million.
And he looked really good in preseason, and I understand that it's preseason.
Oh, wow.
But I'm saying if he looks good in preseason, and he showed you again, it's about, does he have the elite traits? The arm is strong. He makes good decisions. He's got great mobility. Imagine if Tim Tebow could actually throw. You have Sam Ehlinger. So now, do you coach him up and see what you have there? I think that makes sense. That's not necessarily tanking.
Don't coach too hard. We're tanking. And don't try to tell me we're not. And stop it, Frank Reich. Stop talking me into Sam Ehlinger. Oh, I think he's ready. Gus Bradley, shut up. I don't want to hear you say, well, Sam Ehlinger has done a great job for us on this scout team as a quarterback. No, shut up. Stop it. We're tanking, and I'm happy. Don't take away my happiness. Just be quiet. Just be quiet and get to business. Get to business of tanking. And yes, Matt Ryan is stealing money from the Indianapolis Colts. And listen, that's nothing. I don't think he did it on purpose. He had every intention of going in there and doing his job.
He just got old very fast.
Just caught up to him, and now that's it. He can't stop turning the ball over, and that's the way it goes. So I don't have any ill will scratch me, because for whatever money he walks away with, it's on the people who thought that was a good idea. So there you go. And let's see. I can't remember who this is because the name's not showing up on the screen, but 7465 sent me. Here's another guy. Wanted poster of Russ Wilson. Says, wanted for stealing $245 million from the Denver Broncos and ruining NFL primetime games. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think if anybody's more disappointed, it's got to be the Broncos. With the Colts, we're like, are you sure about this whole Matt Ryan thing? Yeah. And with Broncos, you're like, yeah, we just got Russell Wilson. We just became scary good. And guess what? We all agreed. We all thought you were right. And to see what has happened this year, stunning. Yes, your coach looked like a dope game one, but we thought Russell would take care of business. Holy God, what happened there?
I mean, how many great quarterbacks have we seen mask terrible coaching? We thought Russell Wilson could do that. I mean, as bad as Nathaniel Hackett has been, I've seen Russell Wilson miss more open receivers than I've ever seen him miss. He just doesn't see them. How does that happen? How do you go from, there's a legitimate question of, is Russell Wilson actually playing himself out of the Hall of Fame?
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah.
We thought it was a lock, but we were basing that on a certain trajectory his career was on, and it is stopped dead in its tracks.
He should have jumped off a couple of years ago. He'd have had a chance. Bob Shursky says, hey, I gave my brother-in-law my pair of almost perfect Jordans ones there because he's a sneakerhead. I realized after the fact that they were valuable, and that was a mistake. Why would you give somebody your shoes, man? Why would you give anybody your? I mean, I don't want to wear shoes somebody else is wearing, and I don't see any reason somebody needs to wear my shoes. I'm not sharing my shoes. It's kind of weird. Boomer Sooner says, guys, it's like any quarterback in any league. They have to have first team reps. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure we're tanking. Navy Devil says the Colts are the new Browns quarterback wise. Okay, yeah, maybe in quarterbacks we're just a turnstile of just sadness, but we're not at Browns level yet. Scratch Me Because says Sam Ellinger signed a 4-year, $3.5 million deal in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Jeffrey. Yeah, so that means we're paying $27 million for Ellinger to play. Think about it. We're paying $27 million. Boogie says, I like Hooker. He says, who would be a better NFL quarterback, CJ Stroud or Hooker? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's CJ Stroud.
Boomer Sooner says, why is everybody so anxious to put people in the Hall of Fame before they're even done playing?
Because we got 24-hour sports networks and everybody talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
And we update people's resume after every single game. It's just I'm not a fan of it, but it is a thing that happens, and it is a conversation that continues with every quarterback that starts to be great. We do it with Mahomes, we do it with Herbert, so we're doing it now.
Hey, you see that?
Russell Wilson in reverse.
JJ Watt had a baby. Well, his wife had a baby. Or girlfriend, wife. I don't know.
Yeah, wife.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not judging. I was saying that. So I just saw that come across the Twitter feed. There, they are in the hospital, and he looks like he had passed out for a minute, but there they are. JJ Watt, wife and baby, everybody is okay. And it says Koa James Watt. So KJ Watt is now new to the world. And
Koa?
Koa for
Koa?
KJ. KJ Watt. Don't worry about that. Just KJ Watt.
Where does JJ get the name Koa from?
Probably Hawaii. I'm guessing
He's
that's
not
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian. He's Wisconsin.
So?
If
Hey,
you want to
listen,
go KJ, I mean, what the
we
hell is
built this
Koa?
country on cultural appropriation, Randy. Let
And-
JJ Watt have his day.
And we built the city on rock and roll.
No, he didn't. That's a horrible song, and you know it. Shame on you. Blow the whistle on yourself. 2-minute penalty. What the hell was that, Randy?
Randy, by blowing the whistle on yourself, do I assume that you agree?
That what? The
That's
song
a-
is
that-
bad?
Yeah.
I don't care. We still built this city on rock and roll. I was in rock radio longer than I was in talk radio.
That wasn't even rock. You know that wasn't even rock.
I've done everything from Christian to rock and roll. I've done it all.
That was
including country.
Not Christian. That was an abomination. That was not rock. It was horrific. They should all be ashamed of them. It was so embarrassing. They had to change
Jefferson
the name of the band.
Starship.
Yeah, they changed the name of the band. It was so bad. Where's Andrew Luck these days? Says Nostramarcus.
He's in the woods somewhere eating sticks and berries and playing with his children. That's what he is.
And reading lots of books. God bless him. Navy Devil says Russell Wilson may need glasses like Ricky Vaughn needed glasses in Major League. You hope that's the only thing, but it's not. It's just not. He's done. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, you got to sing Boomer Sooner for me. It's your punishment.
No.
I never said it was. What is wrong with you?
That's not a punishment. I mean, that is an honor for me to do for you, Boomer Sooner. Don't treat it as a punishment or I'll never do it.
Scratch Me Because says KJ Watt, starting defensive end in the NFL Infant League. Oh, scratch me because you just came up with an amazing idea.
Yeah.
Infant football.
I'm saying they got the Puppy Bowl, right? Like, why can't we
It's not much of a puppy bowl.
Have-
Be
have
honest
some,
with you. But I watched it a couple of times.
have some babies duking it out?
So what you do is you get a bunch of babies, right?
Yeah.
And you get a Velcro vest on them because they can't catch the damn ball, right? And you stick the ball to them and see if which one gets into the end zone first.
Mm.
You know, I don't know. I mean, how much can you teach a baby about football anyway?
Not much.
Not much. Yeah.
Well,
Babies
crap.
think of three things: eating, sleeping, and crapping.
Caleb's over there doing drugs. Oh, he's doing performance enhancing drugs already. Put down the sippy cup. It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, sounds a bit like crack baby basketball. Is that a thing?
I don't think that's a thing. No.
Infant NFL and crack baby basketball? Generally,
crack baby basketball.
Are you playing basketball with the crack baby? Because generally that's
considered not good. Let's just go there.
I don't think crack babies can play basketball.
That's terrible, man.
You'd have to just shoot for three. I just knocked over my thing here. Let's see. little Kyler can coach the infant league. He could play.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Boomer Sooner says, we're all wrong about the babies. They learn the most they'll ever learn in the first 1 or 2 years of their life. You know, just pump them full of imagination and information. I guess it was a South Park reference on the Crack Baby basketball. I've not seen every episode, so forgive me. Yeah, so we've heard a lot of crazy things. We've heard a lot of sort of dumb things. Coach speak, I guess, is what you want to call it. Trying to be positive about this, trying to be delusional about that. And then there's Cliff Kingsbury with this little gem. I think the adversity has helped us build some character. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Like I said, I think a lot of adversity has helped us kind of build some character throughout the first 7 weeks. Hopefully that's on display moving forward.
It's time to rise up.
Wow. Wow.
Delusional.
Sometimes when a coach is about to get fired, they just, I think they kind of just write down something they're going to say and they kind of read and then they're like, okay.
It has to be because he says a ridiculous thing every week at this point. I don't know.
I mean, Jeffrey, you sit around here and you crow about your team is tanking and
my team is tanking.
Keon his team is
his team is horrible,
owned by the possibly the worst human being ever to walk the face of the planet. And
he got a bad owner.
Yeah. And I sit here every week and what do I get to crow about? Nothing, because I have a lame brain possum looking head coach.
I got something for you to crow about. Coyotes scored another damn goal. It's 4-0. Coyotes.
Ball-headed, rotund, Brillo pad head GM, and I got a director of the infant league as the quarterback of my team. This is what I have. You guys think you have it tough. Hey, Keon, you've won a world championship in the football league, have you not? Several
in the NFL.
Yeah, three. Jeffrey, you've run a world championship in the football association,
couple.
Right?
Sure, couple.
Well, I haven't won a damn thing.
Yeah, but your team is funny. My team's not funny. My team is sad, making stupid mistakes with quarterbacks.
And my team hasn't done a damn thing in my life.
Commanders are funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
They got the stadium falling apart.
My team can't be funny.
I wish the Commanders
Keon's
were funny.
team is
they're hilarious
to
me.
They're bad, but they're not the funny kind of bad.
I don't think Keon's team is funny. I think the owner is a reprobate that needs to be tossed out on his ass.
It's just a comedy. It's a tragedy. It's a Greek tragedy.
But the damn football, the team that I have here in town is a cast off from another city that began in Chicago. It went through St. Louis, and they kicked them the hell out of there because they were stupid there. And then they've come to Arizona. They found a home here in Arizona.
So Cliff Kingsbury flips to the next coach card, says, you never know how in the NFL how it's going to go. There's a lot of football left to play, and really who stays healthy and who gets hot late usually ends up in the big game.
Okay.
He's insinuating the Cardinals could end up in the Super Bowl.
Well, he has to say that, so I kind of understand that. But I wish that he wouldn't sound so damn optimistic about it when his defense bailed him out, and they're the reason why they're 3-4 and not 2-5.
You know why he's doing it? He's playing possum because he looks just like a possum.
So when we come back, I've got a betting tip for you guys from Against the Spread. Come on back. Also, we got Big Georgia Sports History. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity in unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag, you got that biggie bag, you got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-865-1168. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-865-1168. That's 800-865-1168. Again, 800-865-1168.
Check out great summer specials at Macy's Memorial Day Sale, like Swim Chill Love, $12.99 to $25.99. Swim Hill Livin', 40% off, and 40% off casual sandals and more. Or get an extra 20% off more summer essentials with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days. Going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
I'm Shane O'Grady, founder of Life Changer Loan, and for years I've been sharing how our mortgage has been changing lives. With all 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, maybe it's time you find out what all the fuss is about. Our average client saves over $250,000 in interest compared to their traditional loan, while not changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MD1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and the Coyotes are just manhandling these Columbus Blue Jackets. Got to be happy about that. Phoenix Suns playing tonight, 7 o'clock on the TN of the T. Then on Friday here on the big radio station, GCU is back in action for some college basketball, taking on Eastern New Mexico. That broadcast starts at 6:45 p.m. Our high school game of the week will now be on Money Radio 1510. And that is going to be Chaparral at Saguaro. I just ate a candy bar. Chaparral at Saguaro, and that is at 7 p.m. over on Money Radio 1510. So, all right.
Speaking of GCU, by the way, shout out to Sean Miller Moore, who was on the team last year, who's made it to the Denver Nuggets G League team.
All right. That's cool.
Rooting for him.
All right, let's see what he does with that. That'd be awesome to see a GCU guy make it to the big show. All right, let's get a couple texts in real fast for on this date. Let's see. George says, "See, Randy, I told you, have faith in the Coyotes tonight. They all drank some Tiger's blood before the game. That's why they're playing so well."
Nice.
Jiggy says, "Where are you? You're supposed to be here an hour ago with my Viagra." Might be the wrong the text check there, Jiggy. Plus the lotion in the basket says, "Cliff's talking about his Insta-Snap girlfriend. She's smoking." Doc Mike says, "Crack baby basketball, different kind of shooters." All right, enough of this. It's time now for your betting tip from Against the Spread. All right, baby birds, come around. Let's get fed by some betting guru right here. He says, if you guys want a big money play, take the U.S. soccer team to win their group in the World Cup. They are 7-1 to win the group and have to play Wales, England, and Iran. We have much better players now. Hit the ticket window in person for this pick, for taxation purposes. It's your patriotic duty to make money and then keep it. Okay, well, I can't really speak to all that other part, but 7-1 odds, he says, you're talking about the men, right?
Yes.
U.S. men in the U.S. soccer. So there you go. There's your pick from Against the Spread. He's rarely been wrong. The Glendale Mullet says, I think Kingsbury is the first coach to have ever been hired because he looks Sean McVay, except for skinny. And that's how he got the job.
And he's got pink eyes like a possum.
That's a lot because I don't think he sleeps. Because he knows he's a fraud, and he's just like, any minute they're gonna find out.
No, because possums don't sleep at night.
Colts fan Dan says Euro, UERO. That mean anything in any money?
No.
Mm-mm.
Is that code for something? The Wiz says Smart Money is behind Dario Saric going ham tonight. Stockton Slap says, as bad as you think you have it, be grateful you're not a Cowboys fan. My whole life has just been a giant soap opera. Yeah, at least you have a funny owner GM. And, there's a little personality there.
Cowboys fans are miserable because despite the fact that they have been the better football team over the last 25 years, they've got the same amount of Super Bowls as Washington. They have the same amount of trips to the NFC title game as Washington, and it burns them up inside. It burns them up inside, and it's the only thing that brings me any joy about the NFC.
You feel better? I think you feel better.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. All right. Here's another betting tip. This one is coming from Hefty Lefty. He says, here's 2 betting tips before holiday shopping starts. Hammer the under on any Broncos game. Bet the money line on whoever the Lakers are playing, but only during the game if the Lakers are up. Lakers up 10 in the third. Well, you get plus money for them to lose right there. All right.
That's smart.
Noted.
Filed away for later money-making adventures.
Puts the lotion in the basket, says his eyes are red because he's slaying like all of Scottsdale. Booger Wolf says, who are you guys starting? Zach Wilson against the Patriots or Trevor Lawrence against the Broncos?
See, that's a question I have for Rosalie. I've got Albert Mariota there from the Falcons, and I got old Stacy Lawrence there, the Golden Boy for the Jags. Which one do I start? Because this week, San Diego Superchargers, they're on a bye week.
If I had to choose, I think I might take Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos are hit and miss, but I don't know. Yeah, something's going on with them Jets. So I don't know. I don't know if you have a right answer, to be honest. But
I just don't like putting up quarterbacks against that Broncos defense. That is a functioning part of that team.
So Booger Wolf, come back and ask nicely, Rosalie Michaels that same question on Thursday. We'll see what she says. Colts fan Dan says, no, it's Shaguru, not Saguaro. I've always heard Saguaro, not Shaguaro. Are you trying to be funny?
Shaguaro.
I think he's trying to be funny.
It's not working. All right. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1964, during a game between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers, a Vikings defensive end by the name of Jim Marshall picked up a fumble and accidentally ran 66 yards the wrong way, scoring a safety for the 49ers before he realized his mistake. This would become known as the #1 NFL blooper ever, called the wrong way run. Back to you, Jeffrey. Yeah. Fortunately for him, the Vikings did still win, so it wasn't as bad. But 27-22, and he redeemed himself by causing a fumble later that helped them win the game. So that sort of undid that. He did get a letter in the mail from Roy Rigels, who had 35 years earlier done the exact same thing. Sent him a letter saying, "Welcome to the club." But since this one was televised, I guess Jim Marshall got the #1 blooper of all time there in the NFL. So there you go. That's On This Date in Big George's sports history. So listen, tomorrow we got a lot more NFL, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a proper injury report, a look at what's going on, with your fantasy football players and your teams and stuff, getting you ready to make picks on Thursday. But I think right now what we got to do is just spin the wheel of sports, Randy. What do you say?
Let's do it.
See what comes up next. So Jim Nantz has been calling, NCAA basketball games, and I don't know if you knew that since like the 80s. Did you know that's been since the 80s?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
1986. He went to work on the NCAA tournament as a broadcaster, and 1986, and then he worked as a studio host before he did some play-by-play for the 91 Final Four. And ever since then, he's been. He's just been that guy, Jim Nantz, a consummate professional. Well, now it turns out he's going to call his last Final Four to close out the 2023 NCAA tournament. And after that, he turns it over to Ian Eagle, who will then become that voice. He'll become that guy. So I hope they didn't force him out like Al Michaels style. It seems like he's got a lot of years left in him, but I guess they say he wants to spend more time with his kids. He's got a couple of young children and an older daughter, and he wants to spend some more time with them.
Well, he's still going to play. He's still going to call golf and NFL.
Yeah.
I do see something there because the Final Four and the Masters are very close together. So that's a whole block of time he doesn't get to be with his family, really, because he goes from basketball right to getting ready for golf.
Hey, I hope they didn't push him out. I hope he just got so rich. He's like, you know what? I think I'm just
I can cut back a little bit.
They are paying him a good amount of money.
Yeah, life's good if you're Jim Nantz. When you live on the 14th hole of Pebble Beach, yeah, life's good for you.
All right. Well, as long as it's on his terms, then I'm happy for him. I just hope that it's not one of them things, that happen where somebody gets pushed out of their job because they got old. All right, Randy, spin the wheel, or else we get a younger person to do it. So Serena Williams, listen, I don't. Why does everybody got to retire and unretire? She's saying, "Oh, I'm not retired," and the chances of me coming back are very high. What?
Well, she never officially said retiring.
Evolving away to us sounds like retiring, and your play has been more miss than hit as of late. So I thought she was just,
I thought so too.
Retiring,
but she was deliberately vague about it.
Well, just shut up. Just play or don't play. Why do we care? I'm tired of all this drama. Brady retires, comes back. Brett Favre retires, comes back. He goes away and he rips off welfare people.
Well,
I mean, come on.
That's a different story arc unto itself. But I think athletes, great athletes, are allowed to think that they were done. Realize, you know what? I still have the competitive fire and come back.
All right, here's what you do. You cough a lot.
You cough directly.
Wow.
Oh, look, he's having like a real coughing fit. Yeah.
Hey, I actually turned on the cough button there for once.
Well,
wow.
Like 2 coughing fits in a row.
I got a little bit of coconut in the back of my throat because I was eating the Almond Joy.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Oh, Almond Joy's got
nuts.
Coconut.
It'll take you out, but
Mounds don't.
Mounds don't. Yeah, that's I had nuts in my mouth. And you know what? Sometimes I'm eating the almonds, just almonds by themselves. A little almond fleck will get in my throat.
It'll get
the
in
same
your throat.
thing.
I hate that.
Gotta be careful when you got nuts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were talking about retiring, unretiring.
All right, so here's what you do to stop this nonsense. You tell them, all right, if you retire, congratulations. We'll throw you a parade, whatever you want. But if you try to come back,
we'll throw you a parade.
Yeah, whatever. $1 million fee to get back in.
Yeah.
I don't care
$1 million?
what sport. $1 million fee to get back in. $1 million fee.
Why though?
Why would you
wait? I feel like Dr. Evil. $10 million fee to get back in. So you'll think twice about retiring in the first place.
What difference does it make?
Tired of it.
Like it's only vaguely annoying, but if she's back, I get to watch Serena Williams some more. I don't know.
A lot of times when they come back, it ain't good.
It usually isn't, but they get to be the ones to decide that.
See
me,
Tom Brady.
My personal belief is legends get to go as long as anyone will allow them to continue to play.
Or 10 million.
They get to go for as long as they feel like it, because there's going to be a point when they're 50 or 60 and you go back. if I could have played just a little bit longer.
Yeah. Serena, will that be check, credit card? But just $10 million.
Well, what are we stopping? We're not
10
stopping
million.
anything of any consequence at all.
Wow, Jeffco, you started at 1 million and now it's up to 10
Because
million.
I realized I sounded like, I sound like Dr. Evil. I thought, no, I better up this for inflation. So, you're going to retire. God bless you. Have a great time. But if you're coming back, you got to pay the ride. Okay? Because tired of people retiring and unretiring.
I mean, there are plenty of people who don't retire and it still ends poorly. See Patrick Ewing in Orlando and Seattle.
Michael Jordan.
In
Yeah, but $10 million fee. Let's say put up or shut up. That's what I'm saying. $10 million. Against the spread says, I love the betting tips, fellas, but my best betting rule before Christmas in the old days was to break up with that crazy girlfriend before Christmas. That way you save money on presents, save precious time, start the new year fresh, and you're ready to upgrade.
Yeah.
Or how about you stop having crazy girlfriends? Maybe try to find some quality people.
Date some sane women.
You're saying don't bet at all then.
No,
I think he's talking about the crazy girlfriend being betting.
No, he's saying that he gets rid of her so he saves money for betting. Whatever the case, God bless you and good luck. Telling you, I think of my idea for charging people to come back from retirement. I think it's got some serious legs. Lost Toby says, just finished a quick 18. Now I'm headed to the Warriors game. Life is good. All right, go Coyotes and go Suns tonight on TNT at 7 o'clock. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
And now a small business setback delivered by a kind French stranger.
Monsieur, there was an accident. The windshield of your catering van is, how do you say, kaput? But Progressive has an extensive network of repair shops. Now, we think about the old days. Brave marin revient de guerre.
When things go wrong with your